life-destroying amounts of bass. Mate, it's the Skullcandy Crushers. And Crushers is right. People assume that I just hate these because they're not about balanced audio. It's not about hearing the music the way the artist intended. It's about that big stupid bass. Personally, I'm all for it. Any ways to experience music differently, mate, I'll take it. Skullcandy Crushers have been going for a while. I think the first ones actually took AA batteries. At the time, I remember saying that they're built pretty good, except for the fact that they don't swivel, which is dumb, because our ears face forwards, right? So good headphones swivel a little bit. These don't. And the ear cups pinch. They don't fold flat enough. And so, yeah, I found them very uncomfortable. It's mainly because my head's huge and fat. Then a lot of people tuned in to say that theirs tended to snap in half. So no, they're not actually built all that good, and they're not comfortable at all. There's the magical bass slider. Literally, it's a bass slider. You want more bass, you drag it up. Micro USB, which sucks. Doesn't matter, these are the old ones, as you'll find out. And when you tap these, you can feel stuff vibrating in there. Haptic engine, or like a diaphragm or something. So I believe the way that's doing is, it's got a speaker in there that's doing the mids and the top end, and it's got something in there that's just doing the smashing. I hope you hate your speakers, by the way, because what you're gonna hear in a second, like, people reported in to say that it upset their speaker systems, I guess if you have it too loud. Like, we gotta compare against the Herdo 600s. We gotta run them through the freakish ears on a stand. I'm not gonna touch the volumes. You're gonna get it as is. Someone told me that it upset their speakers. Oh, silly me. I forgot to put it on max whack. Mulligan, hey, go again. Unbelievable. Literally unlistenable. Literally unlistenable. I can't do it. Isn't that incredible? It reminds me of a cheap subwoofer in the boot of a Ford Fairlane. Hey, I've got no other sets of headphones that do this for me. You know, the same way I love my high-end ones that are just really revealing and show me details, is that I love these because, like, you put them on your friend's greasy head and just destroy them. But yeah, they're not built that good, and they're really uncomfortable and unlistenable at the top whack. Well, that doesn't matter, mate, because there's new ones. I mean, these came out back in 2020. Good year. Never forget it. The Skullcandy Crusher Evos. Now, right out the gates, these are built so much better. So much. They swivel! They swivel both ways! Look, you can lay them down that way or that way. Not all headphones even do that. It's actually nice. Apparently people's hair gets pinched by like this silicone whatever bit. Not super deep ear cups, but they fit really nice. These are actually comfortable. Really good physical buttons, no crappy touch ones. There's the slider. That has not gone away. Oh, USB-C. Oh, USB-C, thank you. Hey, Apple, sucked in. You have to do this soon, you know, and no one's complaining but you. And I think these actually look good too. Something I've liked about these is they're very understated. Like, you imagine just ridiculous stinky bass headphones to be like bright red or puke green and like to be very ostentatious. But no, you're just destroying your hearing and privacy. This does have like fancy settings where like you go in and track your hearing and it will create personalized presets just for you. I never deal with that stuff. I never even play with EQ. However the headphones sound is however they sound for me. But before we do the stinky bass, we gotta hear them normal style. Just like with the first ones, with the bass all the way off, they're fine. They do have extra top end, that's very normal, you know, they got that V thing going. People like that. These are fine. I would happily sit with these on, you know, watching Netflix or YouTube stuff. That's modern audio for you. I mean, it's quite a well-known recipe, the hearing range of humans and what we like. Are they audiophile grade? Nah. You know, the real audiophile stuff, it feels like it's going out further and all the instruments are more separated and all that. But honestly, most people would be really happy with that. But I know what you want. And you're gonna get it. And that thing that you want is Maxwag. Interesting, huh? It didn't completely destroy the speaker system you chose to play that through. Maybe your smart fridge. It's like I said in the original video, that's not how these sound exactly, because these literally vibrate against your greasy head, and so up against a microphone, it's gonna create strange distortions and whatnot. But I mean, that said, these literally are unlistenable on the absolute max whatever. I can't listen to them with any sort of volume that lets me hear any other part of the music. It's just so much. These, I can listen to at max whack. But as I said, these sound different in real life. These have way cleverer vibrating whatever's going on inside. When I tap them, they don't make a noise like these do. But I find these vibrate way more. So there's less actual bass frequency stuff destroying the music. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still really bassy. But it's more the sensation that sells it. I think the new ones are way more refined. I mean, my analogy, like if this is like a cheap subwoofer in the boot of a Ford Fairlane, this is a small nightclub with the music too loud. But this slams way harder with them actually on the max whack, which I can stand. You can actually hear all the other parts of the music. It's a way bigger experience. Even if it doesn't seem in this video, in person, these are way more fun. That's exactly how I'd like it to be. Well done, Skullcandy. You've actually vastly improved such a niche, hilarious experience, all the while on low bass settings that are totally tolerable. And these are, you know, regular Bluetooth headphones, you know, where you can use assistance, and they've got microphones. Let's hear the microphones.
So I make this one time, I'm like super into bass, and I figured, well, maybe it's now the time to try and speak to whales. But I forget if they listen in super high pitch or super low pitch. So I just started playing the Friends theme through like whole piles of subwoofers and tweeters at different beaches, mate, to see which ones would actually attract all the whales. So I've got all these subwoofers and tweeters set up at different locations, mate. Well, it's basically bankrupt me, mate. Not that I had much money at all. And so like, I'm running all these battery backup systems to get this going, mate. But it turns out like I've been self-medicating by like drinking paint. And it turns out I've just kind of gone on a bit of a stupor, mate, and like I've just set up in like people's backyards and just started like listening out of a small Bluetooth speaker. I don't even know where I am, mate.
So the original Skullcandy microphone is not good. That's pretty typical for Bluetooth things of any kind. Even crappy knockoff cabled ones sound better. That's a cable for you. Bring it back, Apple. And then interestingly, that the Evos are far worse. Like, far worse. Why? Why? It's a new one. You improved everything else. USB-C fits really good. Swivel guy, like, you know, better bass response with it slamming harder and being more tolerable. And the microphone is worse. And yes, they do have aux in, which is nice. But I completely drained these of bats. I plugged in the aux in to see what would happen with no battery at all. And yeah, naturally, none of the crazy bass stuff works. They were just really uncomfortable, kind of cheap headphones with none of the fun bass. And I can only assume that's what's going to happen to these guys. You know, that's Bluetooth headphones for you. When those bats die, your headphones die. So yes, there is aux, but no guarantee of the fun. Well, do I rate them? Absolutely. I totally do. Well, I can't use these anymore. These now feel so unrefined. Like, it was really funny because I'd never experienced headphones that did silly bass like that. But now how refined these are for like the same idea, and in my opinion, it just slams way harder. It's really fun. Absolutely. As someone who likes having different sets of headphones, because they all sound different, it's why I don't play with EQs, this fits into the group perfectly. There are no other headphones in the horde that do it this dumb. I mean, naturally, when it comes to proper bass extension and feeling it the way the artist intended, you know, my Audeze LCD2s are probably gonna be the ones that I pick. But if I want dumb, or if like friends go, oi, give me something that's ridiculous and hilarious, I'm gonna wrap these over their head and we're gonna laugh at them. But mate, to send us out, go on, let's compare both on max bass settings, one after the other. And that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Huge thanks to my patrons, especially these stinky names right here, mate, because $1 a month, I do extra videos. There are extra videos on my drum thing, which is my drum thing, and Garbage Time, which is my car thing, and I stream drums on Float Plane 6 times a week if you want to hear me yelling things. But mate, $1 a month for extra DankPods. I really like vintage phones. I always have. And so I'm gonna torch ears. Some Nokias arrived in the mail. And I'd like to see if they even stink and work. It's like the very first thing I gotta do when it comes to making an old video is like, well, does it turn on? Is there a video at all? So yeah, some of these very last generation Nokias before it all just kind of fell apart. So thanks so much, and mate, I'll see you all next time. Hey, it's the after show. Thanks so much for supporting me. I really appreciate it, guys. You let me do whatever I want every single day, and it's the best. You know, don't have to worry about sponsor spots. I can even pull the mid-roll lads out, and it's thanks to you guys. Look at all these Nokias that came in. Not like super vintage ones, but actually vintage ones still, because, you know, time keeps on ticking, mate, and like, you know, 2010 was a long time ago. I love phones, always have, just handheld tech in general. It's why I like iPods as well. And so, yeah, I'm trying to get into some of the more iconic phones of the old days, but these were like the last hurrah of Nokia. Like the N95 was the last of the great Nokias, and then the iPhone launched and it just changed everything. And this is Nokia trying to keep up. Like, yeah, they weren't the innovator anymore. And I would like to see if these turn on. Yeah, these being Windows Mobile. Windows Mobile. I know a lot of people liked it, but you know, it failed, so it's yeah. Let's start with the 620. Oh, that's used, all right. Yeah, it's got a Windows button. You don't see that anymore. I think that's a rubberized coating, so I can't wait for this to turn the goop in another 10 years' time. What used accessories lie within? No one used the buds, so I was just like, no, or maybe they, no, they didn't. I remember Nokia's buds being quintessentially terrible, so I'm gonna save them for the future. That's fun that they're in there. Yeah, micro USB. That's how old that thing is. Buttons everywhere, but they don't say what they do. I'm gonna hold that one. Oh, it did something. There it is. Nokia. Is this an OLED screen? It's a really, really dark screen. Whoa. Oh, now the Windows logo. Ugh, I don't care. Let me browse the man. No. Just whatever. No, just let me in. No, it's fine. It's fine. Just, yeah. Oh my golly goodness. No, I don't care. I don't care. No, sign in later. It's fine. It's fine. No. Apps need to finish installing. I'm not online. Why can't I just start using it and this is such a Windows way to do things. Like, we're just gonna take control here and do whatever we want, and you just sit tight. If this was an iPhone, I'd be in already. Okay, well, while Windows is being terrible, I mean, can you believe it went away? Like, can you believe Windows Phone didn't work? So you sit over there. All right, maybe the 800 sucks less. I mean, it's in a bigger box. Huh? Ooh. You trying to fool me that this is like not used? No accessories at all. Yo, I gotta say, this thing is nice. Like, wow, it's got like some sort of bubbly glass on it. Yeah, this feels great. It actually feels kind of like a bulging lithium battery. Same buttons. Here we go. Same buttons. Here we go. Oh no, where's the charger port? There's a speaker in the bottom. There's a headphone jack. Those are the days. I honestly don't know where that, like, do I have to pick something open or? Oh man. Oh, you talk about over-engineered. That's ridiculous. That is actually ridiculous. Well, Nokia, I'm glad that you put engineering time into this and not making Symbian not suck. Can you believe Nokia basically has nothing to do with phones anymore and they've just kind of sold their name? Got a smart charger here that tells me if it's pulling current. And it isn't. That is miserable. Oh, I got duped. Oh, this is buying used stuff online for you. Oh, gosh. It's dead. It's dead. Well, Home Slice here is still just being Windows. I'm not putting it online, I don't wanna. Oh, last one, the N8. I think this is actually when they really were still doing things their own way. It's done! It wasn't dupe. No, I didn't choose Nokia, no one did. No, go away. Just let me smell the... Oh, we're there. People said the keyboards are way better on Windows than anything else. To Frank. You stink. And you are full of rats. You know, for the tiny dinger screen that's got, and the fact that, like, I just typed as quick as I could, if that was my iPhone, that would have been full of mistakes. That was actually really good. That was really good. Ooh. Huh? I'm sorry, this is a very Microsoft thing, where everything needs, like, really crappy, overdone, like, you know, just... As you can see... A quality camera, it's not really. It's a 10-year-old camera. What do you expect? It was actually making high-pitched beep, 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 beep noises. Great. I hope it doesn't cause a fire at some point. Oh, this looks like a Zune. That's so funny. Last one, the Nate. This is brand new. This is honestly brand new. Well, if I could turn it on without taking any seals off, I mean, this is really nice feeling, actually. Ha! What? Full-on HDMI out. Oh, that's actually awesome. I mean, you know, iPhones can just basically, like, air beam things to the TV, so, you know, this isn't that good nowadays. Oh, no, this is literally brand new. I didn't know that. Oh, wow. Oh, and it's Americana flavored. These Bluetooth power banks honestly actually suck. They actually smell terrible. And I've had an EcoFlow one try and catch fire on me, so I don't know if it's that. But then again, I've had new iPods literally not work out the box. Maybe the fact that it's brand new is the reason why it's completely dead. Oh no. Oh no. Well, that sums it up, basically. That is very much the experience of making vintage tech crap things. Is that the newest ones, in a funny sense, tend to be the least reliable because the batteries have never been cycled. And then there's this guy who has no excuse and just doesn't work. But at least I smelt the keyboard of this one. Well, there's an insight into how these videos are made and how even if I find stuff that's brand new, it doesn't mean I'm even going to get a video out of it. Oh, well, the hunt continues. I'm glad I got to smell at least one Windows Phone thing. Very funny. Can you believe it failed? And that's it. I hate buying things online. Very angry. Oh, sorry, mate. Let me just... Sorry, mate. So, the last 2 years behind the scenes, I've been undertaking a massive expansion. An expansion that's required different equipment and techniques to make the content I want. And, boy, have I been let down a lot of times. And, gosh, dingus, I just have to vent about it. Like, on their own, each one of these issues is just like, yeah, whatever. But, mate, altogether, it's the Tech that let me down special. This might be a yearly thing. Now, the issue isn't this channel, DankPods. Like, this thing's unchanged since, like, 2019, back when I didn't have any money. And, like, legit, this whole time, mate, you've been looking at an iPhone jammed in an IKEA office table. Unchanged. That's how this is right now. So, I don't really plug my other channels. I have other channels, you know, other than, like, at the end credits or something, or in the description down below. To me, they're completely individual projects, and I like them to stand on their own, you know, mate? They gotta survive it on, you know, without any help. So, like, the point of this video isn't to plug all my other content, like, not at all, but, like, all the issues have been trying to get all those other projects working. So I just gotta quickly get you up to speed with my trash empire of content here, just, you know, because then I'll be referencing from it. You got DankPods, a hot mess that you're watching right now. You got my drum stream on Floatplane. Then there's Garbage Time, which was just my everything hobby, where it was like Frank games, drums, cars, whatevers. But like Frank has an Insta, and car and drum stuff's all I did. And now the drum side of it's getting bigger, so now that's just gotten its own channel. Garbage Time's for cars, and then of course Dankmas, which I swear I'm working on, I promise you. So the first bit of tech that really let me down is to do with the building that I film all this rubbish in. It's how I'm able to smash out 3 channels worth of content at the moment, because I got a building set up where there's like different sections dedicated for making the different videos. You just walk in, turn things on, start yelling, which has turned into a fairy tale. I've been here for almost a year, and it's just like, it's amazing. So amazing that I invested in solar and batteries. And it's so good, just getting off the grid. And then also like the fun knowledge of this is basically a zero carbon operation now. I mean, if you ignore this, stop looking at it. So I wanted to make the most of the solar investment that I had, so I grabbed some portable batteries. So EcoFlow seemed like the big name, so I grabbed like 2 of these smaller ones and a big chungus dingus one. The idea was, instead of having like wall adapters and things, was have one of these battery backups, which would like give more battery capacity to the warehouse, and then overnight when the solar isn't running, they could click on and save draining the main battery. Had it set up on timers and everything. It was like working amazing. And then the big one tried to catch fire. Yep, that's smoke. Yep, that's dead. Okay. You know, it had like a tiny little bar fridge plugged into it, and I think an LED light, and that was it. That's all it was keeping alive through the night. It was such overkill for it. And then it came in to find all of it off, and then when I tried to turn it on again, the magic smoke came out. Fear of fire is a real thing in industrial areas, but I didn't want to give up on the idea of having like, you know, portable batteries. Well, the other big play is Blue Tea, mate. Look at this. I mean, it looks huge. I mean, my set's tiny, but it's a little like battery guy. You plug it in, kettle plug style, and then you've just got like a lunchbox worth of electricity that you can just bum around with. Like 600 watts, that'll run a TV and an N64. Easy. Like, what a genius idea. And then on the top is a wireless charging pad. And so, like, what I wanted to do was charge this here at work where I've got the solar, and then take my lunchbox of electricity home to, like, keep my MacBook Air running, to charge my phone. And it does it perfectly. Mwah! Except for, it stinks. No, it literally stinks. It just makes a smell. And after the near fire with the big idiot, like, I don't like that. And so, one of these I have running in the warehouse side above like an air purifier, because the industrial park stinks. But I left one of these running for like 6 months. It still stinks. I've had these forever, and every time I use them, it's like, there's that Blue Tea stink, and it's really unhealthy smelling. I don't like it. It's a huge bummer, because this guy does everything you could want. Like USB-C, right out of it. This will run a professional laptop for ages, but it just seems unhealthy to use inside. Hey, I make content on the internet. That means I need half-decent internet. Oh no, I'm Australian, and we got absolutely rug-pulled with the NBN, where it's this crappy, copper-laden rubbish that like, we're stuck with. We're absolutely stuck with it. Ew, where does dirt come from? Ew, Blue Tea! So I just moved out of like a really terrible house, thanks real estate agents, missed out a few details on that one, into like this other place, which actually has no internet at all. There's no cables, there's nothing. Starlink's an option. I've got Starlink here at the warehouse. customer support is rough. Like, even on the big business stuff, which is a shame because it totally works and it's rescuing so many Aussies. I needed upload speed, and if I'm not going with a cable, 5G is the best bet. So, you know, I set up this proper 5G antenna up on the house. It's a 2-story dingus place, and so the antenna's got to be up the top, which is nowhere near where other rooms are. So I needed a good router and like an extender, like to get really good coverage around the house. I got this D-Link thing, and then mate, I also got one of these, which is like a mesh extender or something, you know, with the whole idea being, you know, like to help you get coverage across multiple floors. The setup app was rubbish. It was just an absolute nightmare. And then terrible. Absolutely terrible. Trying to watch YouTube on the big telly, mate, we're down to like 240p. It was just like the blurriest mess, and it was stuttering. I need good internet because part of the drum stream is that Frank has a live camera. You can see what Frank is doing at the time. The answer is not much. Well, I finally found the courage, mate, to get rid of this. I got this. You just got these 3 ominous little Wi-Fi nuggets, and they're tiny. This was about 130 bucks less than the pair of idiots down there, and this is unbelievably good. Now I'm getting like 1080-60 on the TV. Oh, and this is how I know that D-Link is terrible. Like, this is what the Wi-Fi is coming in with. Don't scoff at the hockey puck. This thing is nuts. I was pulling like 600 down, 100 up. My whole warehouse here runs through one of these. That's how I know these work. It's the fact it's got the external antenna ports and the Ethernet out. Well, this thing does Wi-Fi as well, like it's its own router, and I was getting better coverage with this on its own than with the D-Link. Quality internet nugget, that. I rate that. Oh, what's next? Webcams. My drum stream's complicated, man. There's cameras everywhere. There's business everywhere. And those of you tuned into the stream, you know how many webcams I've just gone through just because I got sick of how crap they were. This is a Razer Kiro. Brr. So this guy's currently in charge of the cymbal toss section. Trying to make the most annoying loud drum thing I could. 720/60 is all I'm asking from this. Frame rate, it can be blurry and dark and murky looking. I don't care. Give me the frame rate so it looks smooth. This idiot just can't do it. Most of them can't. They all preach that they can do 60 frames a second, and they just don't. Oh, look, it's a Logitech. Something camera, I don't care. This is such a terrible way to mount it, like with these little tabs or something, because like if I accidentally knock this over, it just goes and just comes straight off. This one's in charge of foot cam, you know, so people can see what my feet are doing. So something that's fun to do is to wear the ugliest shirts that I can, but then just to find silly socks, because, you know, it's fun. And then people ask, hey mate, what socks you got on? And then if I move my foot towards this, the nearby light, because, you know, you need lighting, just bleaches it out, and this idiot just can't figure out what to do. It can't adjust the white balance or nothing. Like, these things are just... This is still like 2 different brands, 2 different everythings. I'm asking so little. It doesn't have to look good. Just be smooth, be visible. Well, I'm sure a lot of you are like, well, why don't you just get like a proper DSLR and like use that? And, you know, I do have one. I do have a Sony, and it's what I use for my drum thing now. I mean, I've only just done one video with it, you know, because cymbals have a lot of detail in it, and it's like, yeah, I really want to bring it out. And then what you do is HDMI out into one of these, you plug this into your compute, mate, select it as an input, bam, there you go, HDMI out from the camera, and it's in there. And I did use it for the cymbal toss for about, I don't know, 2 or 3 streams. Until it just wouldn't output any video. It was just a still frame. This is like an insanely expensive DSLR. And you notice this has question marks on it, because I have 3 of these. And like, usually what happens is one day I'll turn on my rig, everything turns on like it should, and whatever needs to be captured by this will just be black. Black screen, nothing else. Different cable, different thing that it's plugged into, different everything. And so then I'll go get another one because I need one, and then that one will work. And then over time, that one will do it. And then I'll plug this one back in, And then this one will work again. But then the one running Frank Cam, because those are just Ring cameras to an iPad so I can control it, HDMI out into one of these. That one's been maintenance free this whole time. It's been perfect. So I've just got like 3 of these, this little round table of idiots, and as one dies, it's just, oh, just swap in the other one, and it just goes, thanks mate, and works again. Streaming. Last whinge. Oh. It's a GoPro 10. Oh man, this is the real guy, the real deal. I've even put it in a special case with an extra microphone. I wanted one of these because car videos and documenting that stuff, being able to mount this inside the car, and it's genius. Well, recently on Garbage Time, I just did a dumb thing where like I did a fuel economy challenge against my 5-liter V8 Falcon, and the actual driving was captured by this. And I didn't think I was gonna get any footage out of it. That's how unreliable this was. I got started like 5 in the morning and I couldn't get started because this wouldn't turn on. I've got spare batteries, load them up. No, wouldn't turn on at all. And I'm freaking out because I've planned this in like into my week. And then magically, it actually did turn on. And then while actually filming and doing the thing, the screen on the back was just glitching and freaking out. And I'm going, oh my gosh, it's balked. It's gone. It's destroying all this footage. So during the drive, I'm like turning it on and off and like starting it, stopping it. It's just glitching and freaking out. But then sure enough, at the very end of all of it, I pull out that stupid SD card, put in the computer, there's my footage. That sucked. You know, imagine trying to be fun while driving and like making a video, all the while thinking that this is pointless. This is pointless. I'm not going to get this footage. Like, while I was driving, half the time I'm thinking, okay, how can I edit this without this footage and it still be a good video? God, that was a crappy day, actually. That was 3 hours of driving, the whole time thinking this is for nothing. Hey, let's see a magic trick. Wow! Oh, the things you can do. Oh, and what stings is I thought I'm buying decent stuff. I thought I was buying name brand proper stuff. Like, I thought I was... watch out, guys. Here, I'm coming. Yep, there you go. No, yep, keep it. There you go. Oh, I didn't cheap out. I bought the decent stuff. And that's what stings the worst. So, cool. Well... that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Shoot thanks to my patrons, especially these stinky names right here, because, mate, once a month, I do extra videos. And, you know, now that, you know, like, there's Garbage Time and the drum thing and Dankmas, but there's no new uploads there. But, mate, like, I know, you want $1 extra DankPod thing. Hang on. Oh, I hate it. I'm sorry, I'm gonna bore you. Crappy after show. I want to show you my drum room. It's a custom built room just for my drum stream. Like, it really is like my grand project. I played the drums, you know, so like doing my own gig 6 times a week, that's called my dream. So I've thrown a lot at this. And so, like, you know, don't abuse your ducks. Look at this idiot. Just stealing the show. Like, a nicer thing than you comes out, and now you gotta be all like, but I need attentions too, even though I recoil at any touch or love that comes my way. Because I'm an evil monster. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Get out of here, Frank.
Hey, it's the after show. Man, thank you so much for supporting me. Like, this is a dream come true. I just do what I want every day. Thank yous. When you watch Garbage Time, you see this ominous green room in the background of a lot of the thumbnails. Well, this is my custom drum dungeon. It's huge. It's made out of construction plywood, full of rock wool insulation and soundproofing and everything. It is vented because, you know, I have to survive in it. It's plumbed in with electricity and air conditioning and everything. And mate, this is where all my drum stream stuff happens. Of course it's green. Of course it's green! I love this giant wooden door. It's reclaimed from like a construction company or something. Obviously they were tearing a house down and didn't throw this door out, and I'm glad. It looks like the door to Narnia or something with its central doorknob, which doesn't do anything. But you ready? 3, 2, Frank stinks! It's a mess. Yes, come on in. That's a stop sign, which has been used in some things. This is by far and away the most complicated rig I've ever owned, and it's nightmarish. Look, air conditioning. It's really nice in here. Yeah, all the padding. Let me get the door shut. These fun lights. Why? because it gets a bit messy in here just because there's so many cables.
So many cables. So many cables.
Yep, a Mac Pro. I actually bought this for editing, and then the new MacBooks came out, which smashed this. Like really, new MacBook Pros are insane, but this guy is genius because of how many outputs it's got.
So yeah, this is absolutely rammed. Every single USB-C port.
And this drum kit, the cheapest drum kit I could find, and I mean it, like 150 bucks at Cashies these were. They are abysmal. Hang on, let me get the service lights on. Oh, that's bitey. Look at this, the plies are separating. These drums are literally falling apart. And I'm not gonna stop using them, I can keep going. I put these clear drum heads on it, so like I can see the misery that lies underneath. These are horrible, and they're not even round. Over there's the cymbal toss, and there's some collateral damage shelves, just cause it's funny. The whole point of this is to make the most annoying loud drum thing that I can. You know, 20 years of having asked before rehearsing and having neighbors and partners and all this sort of stuff. You know, the drums are noisy and people don't like existing around it. And how liberating it is to have this armored box bunker thing. We're in Industrial Park. I could play at any hour as loud as I want. One day I'd like to do a 24-hour stream, which would be just life-destroying, but dang it, I've dreamt of it. Down here, we've got some cymbals that I don't hate, mate. Oh, the Pang, that's a good one. Oh, that's a Stag from Cashies. I actually quite like that one. Oh, a flat ride. Look, no bell. Like you see, there's a bell. This guy has no bell. And a Zildjian Pitch Black Ride, which is the worst cymbal Zildjian ever made. Oh, I've got a basket of fruit shakers. And that's the current prize for the cymbal toss. So I gotta knock all of them down and try and get one on. That is an actual live feed of Frank. That's her snooty booper right this second. Look at this snooty chubster, huh? We can spy on Frank's house. What's she doing? Nothing. It's just Frank everywhere. These are my beloved throwing cymbals. I've been throwing the same ones this whole time. Like, these discs are awful. This is the most fun you can actually have with them. Just casting them at the other cymbals. I love it. They're lovingly picked up and put back in the rack for the next stream, mate. Digital desk, oh man. Each one of these has different settings. There's gates, in other words, like when certain volumes hit, it cuts off or loudens up. It's got reverb. I had to get my audio engineering friend to touch this for me because it is so complicated. Well, my favorite game in the stream is this. This is Bag of Fortune. That's the magical die of power. And depending what number I roll, mate, is what cymbals I have to use. If I roll a 6, it's Oops All China cymbals, which is rough. Like this morning we had Oops All China cymbal. I didn't like it. But under the sweet, nourishing air conditioning is the bags, mate. If I roll a 1, I have to play the worst cymbals known to man. These are made out of steel, painted gold. So pray me never roll a 1. A number 2 is like these really rough cymbals from the 1960s. Those are genuine Gordons, them is. Gordons. Every guy's got a microphone. Every guy's got settings put on it. Every guy was hard work to get sounding right. I've been doing this for 2 years. Austrian Audios, amazing microphones. That's where the engineers from AKG have gone. AKG's still alive, it's just called something else. And air purifiers, I mean, ignore that. I have changed the filter, but it just doesn't acknowledge it. Go Dyson, modern stuff doesn't suck at all. And yeah, this is one of my most favorite possessions. Just being able to play the drums whenever I want in this nice bunkered air-conditioned room. For my drum videos, like this is where I test cymbals. This is where I test if stuff's any good. I do it in the stream and then report it in a video. So here, mate, take some highlights from a stream. Yeah, I'd put up highlights on like my drum channel and whatnot, but YouTube's monetization and just content matching and just everything in general at the moment is so bad. That's why I don't do it. I'm sorry, guys. You know, blame YouTube. What a stinking mess. So yeah. Thanks. I really appreciate it, guys.
I just gotta try and play the win. This can of warm Coke, no sugar. So there's a big prize to be won here, guys. It's important. Come on. I didn't win. Speaking of not very good, Frank. There you go. Ah, look at this. We caught you. We caught the Frank doing the Frank thing. Don't lick the curtains, Frank. Don't. Stop. We can see you doing it, Frank. Just because your eyesight's terrible, we can see you doing it. Frank, not in front of the people. Come on. It's even a bit buckled, but oh well. Oh, you can't see the hammering. What a shame. It's so subtle. They don't make them like this anymore. But this is like the first of the modern cymbals ever. Cymbals used to be tiny, little idiot thick discs. And then like this is when they actually finally got proper size. Like, yeah, whoever had this in the late 40s had to deal with a Frank. Frank, I'm giving a history lesson. You come out, just start licking the lawn. I told you could do this in private, but not during streaming hours. You know when the streaming hours are, Frank. We agreed on this. Ah, Frank, so rude. Look at this idiot. Just stealing the show. Like a nicer thing than you comes out, and now you gotta be all like, but I need attentions too.
We're turning your bedroom back into the computer room. We're turning your bedroom back into the computer room. And it makes good sense, it's the only way you can sleep out on the couch till you find the place. Or maybe you
Here we go. Bag of fortune time. No! 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 I'm rolling double or nothing on that. Here comes out the other like the other ones, mate. Advanced. We did China's this morning. Now what happens is this is called double or nothing. I have to roll doubles. Could be 1, 6s, doesn't matter. It's got to be 2 of the same. Or I have to play with nothing. Oh, don't dare look! Ah! Oh! Ah! We did it! We're smelling colors this afternoon. Oh, sweet color smells. Can't believe we rolled doubles. It's over, soz. Oh, would you look at the time? Well, it's been long enough. Mate, it's overdue for a Cashies special. So come on, mate, like, hop in the car. Come on, let's go to Cashies, mate. It's Cashies time, mate. This is fun. It's fun. It's going to be good. My favorite part about Cashies is that it's just fun. It's easy. You can't get lost, mate. It's just quick trip up the road.
Oh, I don't remember the suburbs being such highway speeds. I don't remember the suburbs going on for this long and being so desolate. Oh, I think I better make a U-turn at some point.
I don't even think I'm in South Australia anymore. Where am I? Mate, I finally found a Cashies, hey? Like, I finally found one. But, like, I mean, it didn't mean to take 6 hours. Oh, I'm in Bendigo. Oh, I knew I should have taken a U-turn at some point. I'm in Bendigo!
Well, I'm here anyway, and there's something special about being in a Cashies so far away from home. Let's see what treasures folks from other regions are leaving behind for me to dig through. Someone gave up on their anime dreams. Or maybe they're using streaming now. Idiots, streaming sucks now. Mate, for 75 bucks, you can get really invested into an incredible story to have it blown in the last season. All right, I'm very certain that this guy is homemade. I'm very sure that this is not a commercial retail product, considering that none of these speakers actually match at all. Hey, you could buy this record, and wish you didn't. And I'm really enjoying the vibe of this mannequin head. It looks like someone woke up on New Year's Day after a really big one to find that their car was towed. Get on down to Cashies, mate, if you want to buy the same thing twice. Bull bars, LED panels, and horse saddles. We in Bendigo, mate, but then also vintage comic books. Does it snow in Bendigo? That sounds like a children's book, but I've never seen this many snowboards in a Cashies before. Ooh, now we're talking, mate. A pastry warmer. Oh, get that 5 AM petrol station sausage roll vibe in the comfort of your own tent pitched outside your work site as you protest for higher wages. There's a whole deli here. A steam tray, a donut fryer, even the big boy one. I could start my own takeaway shop. Cheers, Bendigo! Brings a tear to my eye and fluids out of other orifices to see that no matter where I wind up, mate, I can find stacks of vintage video games. Oh, excellent. Vintage coins are awesome, and like they do hold value, but fun to think that they're still legal tender, so you could pay 125 bucks for what looks like $3. A bargain! Mate, Bendigo Cashies is so eclectic. I mean, like, massage chairs, and like a pile of them? But holy heck, power tools, Bendigo! You folks must be the kings of DIY. I haven't seen a power tool section stacked like this. So many welders. Looks like the local cinema finally upgraded from this beastie, hey? But oh, Bendigo, where the webcams are stored in the same cabinet as the fishing lures. But hey, stop the music. So, Mikasa? Is that Mikasa? But you're not selling me very hard on this snack dish, mate. It looks like someone has already eaten half of it. And, like, you're not gonna load it up for us? Greedy! Greedy! But Bendigo is about finding gold, mate, so to find so many metal detectors was wild. I mean, I want to be this guy, just lost in the vastness. But just keep walking, mate, like, just keep going. Look, the giant nugget's right there. Wow, what a fun adventure. What a fun 13-hour round trip I did in a single day. So everyone's thinking, like, surely you didn't go all the way to Bendigo to visit a Cashies. And it's my sad truth to admit that, yes, that's all I went to Bendigo for. Was to visit the local Cashies. Now, I'm a sane and reasonable person. You trust me with your car keys, right? But it was actually to buy a drum kit for my drum stuff. Like, a very particular one that was on my bucket list to get for literally the cheapest anywhere in the world. And being South Aussie, mate, shipping stuff worldwide is awful. Couriers absolutely suck. So to find it 6.5 hours up the road, you bet I'll do a big drive, mate, to save a buck. And the kit was at Bendigo Cashies. Cue this episode. Just quickly getting the word out that Bendigo is stinking beautiful. I mean, like, there's just these desolate roads that lead to it, and then you get there, and it's just like this bustling urban center with these beautiful vintage buildings. Like, I'm smitten. It was amazing. And shout out to Bendigo Cashies, mate. On the inside, completely unrenovated. That is the Cashies I remember, those old logos. And I brought it up with the dude there, and he was like, funny that you brought that up. They had someone from, like, Cashies corporate come and visit and go, whoa, like, it still hasn't been changed yet. No one's updated this yet. And I'm here to say, don't you touch it! Cashies, don't you touch it at all! It's perfect! It's a Cashies time capsule! I'm gonna check in! If I check in, I find you've changed it! I don't even know what I'll do! No, we're just having fun here, but, being said, don't you touch it! Don't you do it! Well, mate, they had a big stack of these. I was low on them. They just got this cabinet just full of these knockoff earbuddy boys. And yeah, I've been running low because, they kind of disappear for some reason. These are actually probably the best feeling ones I've tried. And they actually sound totally fine. They are the most cromulent out of all the bootleg dirty buds I've ever tried. Just put these somewhere carefully. I didn't need this. I just wanted it. It's just, vintage hair clippers. like when you see the modern ones, like the bzzz, it's literally just this going really, really, really quickly. Ugh. Oh, that's a spring. Excellent. Just wish I knew what year this was. Thoroughly oil the movable parts. Well, I guess that's why everyone's hair was so slick back then. Everything had oil in it. I don't need this. I just think it's a fun time capsule of just... Shut up, I don't care. So they had those metal detectors there. Seeing that they can run for like $2,500 to $3,000 for a used one. Like, you get the vibe there. These are pretty serious bits of equipment. They are not toys. Well, the one that I picked up, I think basically is a toy. This $75 one. And so now, cut to me, just like very, very far away from home, just pulled over in the middle of nowhere. I mean, here you go.
Maybe I can find some fuel money. No? That's not metal. No? What do we got? Nothing? No, those are ants. No, it's just ants everywhere. Just glass bottles everywhere. I'm literally out in the bush, mate. Help.
I didn't have a little spade to go dig and find the crap buried. It was probably like a screw or something. And honestly, the amount of ants that were there was out of control. Like, the ants owned that land, and they didn't want me there. And I didn't want to find ants crawling up my legs to have like a 6-hour drive home full of ants. So they did have a few things there that I definitely wanted to grab. The only issue is that they're kind of big. So, mate, we're gonna have to cut to my home. Like, we're going to my home.
Mate, we're in my lounge room here. So, something I've been looking for like the warehouse side where I do car videos and stuff, is some, like, shed speakers. Some cool shed speakers. 85 bucks for the pair, mate. Suss these. I just gotta clear some room. These are called AccuSounds. Doing some research, like, they used to be made in Australia. You know, by this point, it's just designed in Australia. When it says designed by and not where it's made, you can assume it's not made in Oz. And doing reading, it's like, these were good budget speakers, and, you know, they were just kind of on their way out at this point. You know, it's what happens when you sell out, mate. Should have kept making in Oz. But yeah, these aren't real wood. Like, it's just like wrapped MDF, I'm guessing. It's got these weird fluffy guys on, I don't understand. But these are reasonable looking, like, great condition. Yeah, like, they look super neato and they're real chunky feeling. I like it. Now look, I know it's not that fair to compare against these. These are my Adelaide speaker summoners. Yeah, not made in Australia, made in Adelaide. Yeah, I had these built especially. It's awesome. These are huge. These are absolutely huge. Oh man, to get giant home theater Adelaide built speakers, they were $2,600 for the pair. And I'm telling you, that is an unbelievable bargain, right, mate? In the world of speakers, you can spend like 12 grand on a set of used speakers. So, who put that there? Cambridge Amp doing the work. This thing has so much power behind it. Even though it's not fair, I still want to see how these sound compared against these. But it's just a point of reference, and it's being recorded on the phone. It's not even going to sound good anyway. I'm doing my best. Just listen. Sorry for the cruddy recording. In person, it is way different. Like, you don't even need a subwoofer with these. If it's got sub in it, you can hear it. But these ain't bad at all for like bookshelf speakers. They're only little. I do have an REL like subwoofer down there. And so when I turned that on with this, honestly, I forgot I was using these. This and a subwoofer makes up for these two. 80 bucks, but hey, you can get like a home subwoofer so cheap. Even though like the REL is just exquisite. This is the best sub I've ever heard. Mate, basically, these are just a subwoofer away from being incredibly cromulent. Like, 85, like, that's so good. I'm so happy with that. And lastly, of course I got this. Of course I did. Beard Dog and the Bird. Is this an art piece? It's a South Australian suitcase. It's stained and gross, which is a vibe. Yeah, it's quite clearly homemade. That one's been kicked a little bit. That one's doing all right. This one isn't good. So that's not good already. And it was like that in the Cashies. And looking at all of this, it looks like someone's just taken a really cheap powered monitor and just gutted it and put it inside of it like an old suitcase. I haven't tried this yet. Came with a free aux cable, too kind. It came with the power supply from a camera. That's good. Meow meow. Yes. All right, let's see what it does. What if I... That was it! Why? Why is charge turn... Doesn't matter, it works. I'm gonna give this guy the best shot possible. The M17. Oh, that wasn't good. It does work. So, I mean, wow, it does work. I'm guessing the distortion might be that guy, or it might be just because it was never good. Something I'd like to try and do is look inside it. Okay. All the mechanisms are all jammed up on the inside and it won't let me in. And I started breaking it, and I don't want to break it because it actually looks funny sitting on a shelf. The fact that it does work is like enough for me, and like everything just tumbles around in there. So yeah, I think there's just some sort of cheap amp in there from like a power monitor dumped inside of this old suitcase. I'm just gonna let it be. And isn't that wild? For 10 bucks more, you can get a far worse set of speakers than these. These were 85 for the pair, and look at them. Oh, these are perfect. I was using these all night. I forgot I was using them with the addition of the subwoofer. You know, I wasn't pining for these. These are better. I love these speakers. 10 bucks extra, you can get this. And that's the Cashies magic. Even in the same store, mate, you'll just find prices that it's all just subjective. Whatever the person on the day thinks it's worth, that's what they put down. And so you can find some absolute slamming deals and this. So, thanks so much for watching. Huge thanks to my patrons, especially these sneaky names right here, because my $1 a month I do extra videos. I do have Garbage Time, my card channel. I've got the drum thing, which is my drum thing. And then on Float Plane, I do drum streams 6 times a week, so you can see me play live and play all the silly drums and cymbals I do on the drum thing. And mate, like, I know, you want extra DankPods. So mate, I bought that like toy spec metal detector. Well, I actually grabbed one of the more expensive ones. I mean, they went up to like 3,000 bucks at this Cashies for like a used one. 500 bucks is a lot of coin, but I figured, hey, as an enthusiast thing, I wanted one anyway, and while I was 500 Ks away from home, I pulled over and I thought I would just give it a go, and you can see what happens. So, thanks so much, mate. We'll see you all next time. Frank, I have a task for you. I want you to try to be interesting. Even a little bit. That's pretty interesting. Especially way that actually no. Look at Frank's eyes. No, Frank, don't move. Frank, look at her eyes. Look, they're pointing in different directions. You don't even know where you're looking, Frank. Frank. Oh, not again.
Hey, it's the after show. Thanks so much for supporting me. But thanks to you guys, I could disappear into the middle of nowhere. I'm in the middle of nowhere. Mate, you saw the cheap metal guy. They had some really expensive metal guys. This is the mid-tier one, even at 500 bucks, mate. Like, this was the mid-tier one. You could spend 3 grand just in that Cashies on one of these. I love this. It's just wandering. I mean, he's a lot like me. He's in the middle of nowhere. Sunny's on. Oh, he's dressed for combat, that guy. And I mean, look at the size of that nugget, mate. Look, just keep walking forwards. It's right there. All your dreams come true. I can only guess that this is decent. Speaking of the amazing dudes at the Bendigo Cashies, mate, Bendigo is about finding golds, and so I don't even know how to use this idiot. And look, apparently this is the world's best, so I've made the right choice. V-Flex, 1s and 0s, V-Flex, analog signal, oh my gosh, the flies. I've never used one of these. Can I find like this thing? Like, is that waiting for me? Like, am I just gonna find actual jewelry? That'd be nice. I'm casually about 500 kilometers away from home. It's just up the road, really. Well, and then up another road, and then a highway.
and then another robe. Mate, how cool's Bendigo Cashies they gave me for? The flies are insane. I'm not like the flies are becoming a huge issue. Oh, I don't understand any of this. Quality wing nut that is. Okay, a plug. Oh, there's two. You got this one, and then this one. What's the difference? 7.5 kilohertz. Oh, this one's 18. I want more. I want the more kilohertz. Oh, I just gotta load up the bats, mate. Please make screaming noises. That's not a scream. Okay, nope, that is screaming. Activate screaming. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Doing it. Look, I want to be this guy. Feels like a winner. I don't know what anything means. Oh! What? We're here? Wish I knew what I was doing. Prove that my Commodore's metal. It is! Wow! You're made of metal, mate. That's metal, mate. Yeah, that's metal. But this isn't. Oh, there's some. You made of metal. No? All right. Be on your way then. All the people that actually do this are probably laughing that I'm not doing this properly. But like, I don't care. I'm 500 kilometers away from home, mate. I'll take a tech screw. I'll take anything. Anything. Flies, man. Ants made out of metal? You're not, all right? Be on your way. Well, this annoys me. Just seeing disposed rubbish like this. No thanks. No. Okay. Oh, that's fresh looking. All right. I'll take them with me. What about weeds? You made out of metal? No? All right, be on your way then. What about you? You made out of metal? You are. You're under arrest. Oh my gosh, these flies. I can't. I'm struggling. Just listen. Oh, no, I don't need to check if that's made out of metal. All I'm finding is flies, guys. It's just flies and flies. I'm gonna try the other end bit. Back to the ute. I know I don't have the right things on. Oh gosh, it's flies. Do the metal test. Alrighty. Gonna look for treasure today, mate. Can't wait till I find a snake. What about you? You metal? Right on your way then. Well, the answer is nah. I found my own car. That's nice. And these, just because, you know, I despise littering, so they can go on back of you, mate. I'll get rid of them. But, yay. It seems super neat. Now I'd actually like to find the manual. I mean, I got the warranty thing. Maybe there's a manual. I don't know. But shut up, I don't ask you to talk. So now I actually want to see if I could actually, you know, learn what these different end bits do and what I can actually do. Because I don't know, it actually seems like a half decent guy. I could be wrong. All right. I just got to drive another 6 hours. Just another 6 hours. You know, thanks, guys, and it's gotta go.
Yuck! This channel originates as an iPod thing, but mate, I've been nuts about any outdated pile of junk electronics, mate, since forever. Like, I've been collecting vintage video games since 2007. We're looking at the lowest tier consoles that have ever been made. Like, these are just bottom of the barrel, and like, gotta give some, like, context, mate, as to how this even sold at all. So as I said, forever, mate, I've been collecting vintage video games. Oh, it's like one of my most favorite games of all time. Knuckles doesn't look good on the cover, and it's always bothered me. I was picking them up for like 10 bucks, shipped from the UK. A day when like a AAA release game was like finished and didn't need like 6 different logins, 3 of which will steal your data, or like a 40 gigabyte patch every week. But mate, when I was a kid, this is like home console, like top of the tree kind of game. Like, you couldn't play this walking around unless you had a Nomad. I mean, it's not like today where like the portable version of the game is called The Game. It's the same game. You just literally, like, you can go from your PC and go and have a poo and literally just play the exact same game on the same Wi-Fi signal. Back in the 90s, mate, Sega did do it, and like Game Gear was neat with that blurry backlit screen. But like, portable consoles are expensive as well, like Steam Deck. Whoa. Nowadays, if you want a portable game on the cheap, it's called, you know, Candy Crush. Or you get like a 3DS and just play this huge back library. Well, like, back in the 90s, mate, there was a bit of an issue. It's like, this was the first generation of portable consoles that actually resembled games, where it's like a sprite on the screen and like stuff to do. But show a giant company a potential market, mate, and they'll engineer rubbish to it. And that's how we get here. Couldn't afford the console. Couldn't afford the Game Gear. You got the Tiger. You could pick these up at petrol stations at the time. And like, parents would just grab them as like a, here you go, kid. Shut up, don't tell me I don't get you nothing. When you're like a 7-year-old and this is all you got at school, mate, you played them. And they always had no value to it. I remember just thinking of these as just disposable nonsense. And so like, you just trade them with your friends. Like, here, you tolerate Sonic 3 for a bit. You know, give me your Spider-Man. I have a huge stash of Puck cells and I've lost them. Can't buy new ones until I eat the ones I've had. Oh, it beeped. I'm glad it turns on. Oh, here we got Tails. Makes sense. A pick? Oh, I don't play guitar. Spin? Yeah, mate, my head is spinning. And 4 ways of hate. Oh, there's the good button. Off. Dr. Robotnik sure is grumpy for a man with one of the, like, greatest moustaches ever made. Ah! Hey! No! No! No, you're killing it! Wow! Oh, gosh, stop, shut up, gosh. That was actually the Sonic 3 intro song, which for a Mega Drive sounds epic, what a 16-bit nugget it is. And yeah, that was the most butchered version I've heard. You know, I really like it not having a back case. You can just kill it instantly. I'm the running man. No. What? Tails. Oh, look, now there's Tails. Tails. Yeah. Alright. Tails. What? Pick. Play the guitar. Oh, wait. It's a 2D platformer? Oh. I thought it was up and down. What's this music? Am I getting hit? What I love about old retro games is like its perspective, you know, going back and playing games that dominated me as a kid and just breezing through them with like 2 beers. This is the exact same experience today as it was as a kid, just being like, who am I? Like, who are these people around me? What am I doing? This is running perfect, by the way. That is just as disorientating as it's ever been. And I have horrifying news. Anything can be nostalgic, mate. Anything. A strange bad nostalgic smell I have is like old cigarette smell and go, oh, it's my granddad. Honest, like that was a trait of seeing granddad was cig smell. And some people are really nostalgic to the electronic torture they tolerated at recess at school. You can emulate these things. They... The effort is amazing. It's way worse than that. They've re-released them! These are new! Hasbro Gaming, like, digging these things out. From the vault. More like, from the bin. Like... You watch, it's gonna be just as incoherent as all the other ones. I mean, like, I don't... Oh, screenshots! Why is there tape over there? The piece of tape here is bothering me. I don't know why. Like, why? Why would you put that there? Big companies are very tight-fisted. If they've done something, it's for a reason. If the words come off, I'm gonna be furious. No! No, actually, no, it's more baffling! Why? Why? The building is ablaze, but it's Spider-Man's job to get these creeps. Who, like, the people stuck in there? That's not nice. What part of their private life have you seen? Climb inside the rescue hostages from the burning building. The creeps. There you go. 2021. What'd I tell you? Oh no, my collectible. Oh no, my collectible. Oh, this really is the 90s. Look, it's all twisty tied in. Oh, why bring this back? I mean, why bring the Tiger back at all? But why even bring this packaging? I was doing fire treatment in this room and look what happened to my scissors. Now they just look brutal, which I like. I don't care if I damage the Tiger. It's bin food anyway. Oh wow, Tiger manual. On start, turn on unit. Well, that's all I needed to know. Move through the window when the in indicator lights up. Huh? 5 stages and 99 floors? I'd pass out before that, even with brakes. Floor of building, 1 to 10. Number of hostages, 5. Fire, yes. As a kid, batteries are expensive. This is not to be wasted. Actually, no, I don't need that. Brand new Tiger. Like, this is how it's meant to be, guys. Here we go. Punch. I got him. He just... Get the creep. Look, he just fidgets. What? How do I move left and right? I don't... Oh, huh? Why'd that happen? I don't get it. The rescue button attacks? That says kick, but he's not doing anything. Get him! Damn it! Okay. Get the man. Where? How do I attack diagonally the other way? Are we having fun? Oh, that one said in and I missed it. In. Oh, I did it. It's a 2D now. So does kick work now? No. Oh, when the backgrounds don't change, it's... Oh, I just don't care. Oh, henchman. Punch. Kick. Yeah, bop him like a Batman movie or something. I did it. You know what? That's all I needed. That's it. I actually completed a stage of the game. That's it. You just repeat that 99 times, or like hundreds of times. I'm done. That's it. I never need to do it again. I'm so sorry. There's one more. From the bin. Yeah, Jurassic Park, mate. I had this on Mega Drive. Scared the pants out of me. And I've never finished it. It's just too difficult. And yeah, why play that one when I could play this one on the toilet? You have 3 chances to call Dr. Grant when you need his help. Why, is he out of phone credit or something? Race to the power box and turn it on to shock T-Rex for bonus points. Not to save your own skin, you just need those points. Oh, the manual. Gotta look at it. We've looked at it. Oh, better figure out, oh. Look how crinkled this is. Tiger, when the little man comes out, he's fine until he does the frill thing. Press the swing button to catch a vine. Like, imagine if you didn't have these instructions anymore. Like, you can't fathom them. Cole. Remember, only 3 times. He's low on phone credit. Oh, there he is. The big guy. Oh, that's us. The non-big guys. Oh, press down for forwards. No. Call him. Call Grant. Oh, there he was. Why did he leave? Why doesn't Grant just stay and help the children? I don't get it. What? Do we just dodge this guy for a bit? Yes, okay. Running. Oh. Boo! I nearly... No. Rubbish. No. He breathed on me. Where's the T-Rex bit? What? Oh, what? I hit a rock. Oh, you got one more go, mate. I just want to see the T-Rex. How do I... Oh, there it is. I did it. I swung. Ah, this sucks. This is so crap. Oops, I called Grant. I get it. Grant's like a special power, but it's like calling someone who should be helping anyway. You got 5 seconds before I got to see a T-Rex. Or the inevitable. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, let's examine the corpse. See what's in it that makes all these horrible noises. Ugh. Oh, it's everywhere. Comes with free vacuum food. That's quality tape, that is. Yeah, that's it. Well, it's why vintage games are fun. You go back and see, was it really any good? It's like, legendary, pretty flawed and a bit dumb. No. Well, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Huge thanks to my patrons, especially these stinky names right here, because my Wonder month, I do extra videos. I do have extra videos on Garbage Time, which is my car thing, and I got the drum thing, which is my drum thing, and then I stream on Float Plane 6 times a week, mate. But $1, mate, you want DankPods. So those handhelds is just one of the things that Tiger heaved out. Well, here's one I've never seen before. Wheel of Fortune. So we're gonna play a few rounds of this bad boy and see if, oh, come on, it's gotta be better than Jurassic Park. Surely, look how many bats it needs. So thanks again, and mate, I'll see you all next time.
This is the cutest Frank I've ever seen. Look at this. Aw, Frankie. You missed your job seeker interview today, you know? Called you 3 times.
Hey, it's the after show. Thank you so much for supporting me. I really do thank you guys, you know, to have like a crew and a team to help me out, you know, to have a building that I can film in and just do dumb stuff in all day. Dumb stuff like playing Wheel of Fortune on the Tiger handheld. This is the rubbish that most people think of Tiger handhelds, but they had a whole fleet of just subpar gaming consoles. And I didn't know they did things like this. I mean, in the 90s, Wheel of Fortune was just banging really hard. So of course, someone would pick it up to make it a handheld version. And of course, it would go to Tiger. I mean, it's Wheel of Fortune, mate. It's got a cart. That's fun to see. There's just something manky about that. 1995. I know if you can read that, but 1995. Let's give it bets. Oh, really? No. There it is. Right, so how do we start? I mean, we got, you know, buy, and we got puzzle cat enter. Whoa! That's horrible. Round 1, fight. Oh, enter, I get it now. Thing! No, that's what you are. Oh, okay. Rotisserie chicken, so, wait, no, well, I gotta spin the dingus wheel. Rotisserie. Ow! The sound effects are actually quite good. And then O. I know it's rotisserie chicken. Ah! Boo! There's no L's in chicken. R-O-T, because it's oh no, we've already got a T for rotisserie chicken. An I then. Ah! Oh! I got bankrupted with $0. A, cause rotisserie. Ah! Not even the computer knows what the heck this is. Apparently it's a thing. Oh, I'm gonna solve it. I got it. That's when you know you're in your mid-30s, when you can guess absentee ballot. Well, it gets so much funnier than that. See what happens when I pull the card out. Oh, what? Don't care? Fictional character. Okay. Hey, the cartridge, so obviously it's got it saved into RAM or something. Well, that's funny, but hang on. They had expansion packs. 450 new puzzles in each one. Like, you can play these for a few days and then be like, I don't need to play anymore. Cart 7, I mean, whoa, you gotta put some good couch time into these. Be sure to turn off your game unit before inserting or removing. There we go. Let's go. Round 1. There's no rules to this console. You can do whatever you want. Hang on a minute. Do you even need the cartridge at all? What? You don't need it? Event. Oh no, this is gonna be an event that doesn't make any sense today. B for bored. Get a dog up here. I'm so glad portable gaming is past this. Like, free apps smashes out of the park. And you would have to pay for probably like $80 for this. Would you pay $80 for the app version of this? Right. Well, that doesn't matter. I don't care. And there's no cartridge to pull out anyway. So let's just go to sleep, please. Thank you. It's actually the most cromulent Tiger experience I've ever had. I mean, you know, because they equipped it with the right keyboard and somewhat cromulent buttons. 1 or 2 extras wouldn't be bad, like a start and a whatever button. I'm sure back in 1995, dads everywhere were cranking this while it was on the telly at the same time, going like, I'm actually there. It's almost cromulent, which means back in the day it would have been dazzling. No, I'm not going to grit it because, you know, this one actually is a vintage one. So, you know, nuggets are fun. Well, thanks, guys. Back to put this away where I'll never play it again.
Come on, Frankie. Pretend to be living. Just a little bit. Just a little bit, Frank. What if I move the camera a little bit? Frank's alive. Frank's alive and giving us this snarky side-eye. Frank's alive and giving us this snarky go back in the box business. You've only got confidence in your box, don't you? That's a really nasty look. You're a coward and you know it, Frank.
My sweet boy. Yeah, it's my favorite iPod model there is, mate. 4th gen classic. Although it wasn't called classic at this point, mate. She was just called the iPod. Ignore the HP logo. That's just like an appendix of tech history at this point. You betcha I still use these things. It's like the modern version of a cassette. Like you plug in IEMs into this thing, you just hear hissing and buzzing and things. You can hear it thinking. It's really funny how sensitive modern headphones are. This ain't your average man. Yeah, so it's been flash modded. See, look, 116 gigs. Mate, that's bigger than 40. Mate, this is my favorite series of iPod because in my high school days, like my very last years, just getting my license for the first time, having auxiliary jacks in the cassette player, mate, I had one of these. And I only had one of these because I found it at Cashies. Cashies has been putting tech out of my league into my pockets for decades. It was around the time like the iPod video had been out for a couple of years, so these had finally come down in price. But mate, like, shut up, because that's like your nostalgia, not mine, so it doesn't mean anything to me, mate. I've come here to see a new lad be opened up, mate, so like, just shut up, hey? This thing actually is the crown jewel of my little iPod collection. You know, as I said, this is my most favorite generation, and yeah, it's the most I'd ever dropped on an iPod. Let me tell you, to find a sealed one of these, you know, it was hard work. But you guys helped me afford it, so it's only fair that we open it together. Ooh. I've been waiting for the day to pop this open. I bought this back in like early 2020. Like as soon as the channel took off, I'm like, I need to get this. I can finally have one. Oh, it's untouched, man. 20 gig drive. That was a lot back then. I mean, it even still is a lot of music, especially when it's, you know, MP3s. You ready here first, mate? High resolution backlit screen. Kiss 4K goodbye, man. Imagine if this was the size of a TV. Oh, then I'd be watching something good. Yep. 2004. I think I got mine in 2006, and it was thrashed. That's the only way I could get one. So, I've never seen the box for these until I got this. I never ever seen the box. And I had to ship this from way, way, way far away. This was not in Australia. And I've always wondered, what did you get? Why is this box so big? It's huge. Isn't it meant to be small? Actually, is it the actual size? Oh, it is. G'day there, mate. Welcome to another episode of Devalue Your Collectibles Immediately. In this episode, it's an iPod, mate. It's all you need is a sharp, pokey thing. Having cats or kids works too, and you just go doink, and it's no longer sealed. All right, it's lost value. I'll see you next time. Oh, cool. You can see where it's been dropped. Yay. Remember when packaging was really elaborate and wasteful? The glue's worn off, so it's just gone. Alright, I think this guy is the nugget in it. This is the side I'm more interested in. Like, what did you get with your nugget? Oh, look how fresh and non-poo stained it is. I mean, talk about wasteful packaging. Look, it's got a cap and a skirt and a sticker and an everything. And a tag. Like, why? Why does it need all of this? Yep, Firewire. That's like an ancient nugget connector by today's standards. It was awesome. Like, all the professionals use this stuff because it output like USB 2.0 in a day where, you know, USB wasn't at 2.0. And before USB 2, like, charging over USB was not that common. Like, USB was pretty weak. Firewire actually sends more power than USB. Like, it's the best way to jumpstart old iPods. Gotta have a quick try of these. You betcha. I'm not gonna lose this opportunity. Oh, listen to them. That's straight up children's maraca. But everyone said that these sucked. No one liked these. Hang in there, battery. We'll be okay. Alright, let me just put them back lovingly. I mean, they're not far off the bootlegs that copy these. I mean, I'd blow them up, but it's like, nah, they can just stay in here. It's fine. What's in here? Like, show me the beautiful bookwork and things. Technically, it's more wasteful to have all this stuff, but like, this is a really nice looking manual. Oh, I better get the dock. That better be the reason why this thing's so huge. Yeah, like, this is a pretty legendary manual. Like, it really just lays out how to do it, all the bits. It's all really nicely illustrated. Apple junk's expensive, but then like all the little details are nice. Like giving you stickers. They have not changed a bit. Free music! This is what really sold the iPod, was the fact that it came with iTunes, which was basically like the daddy for selling like music on the internet. Most other nuggets you got to use Music Match or something. Warranty, wham, wham, wham. License agreement, wham, wham, wham. Oh no. Luckily I don't need this. This just has iTunes on it basically. So, oh, well, I guess I better put it in. iPod CD. iPod installer. There, iTunes. Oh, they give you... Wait. Power PC! This is automaking. How do you corrupt a PDF? iTunes 4.7, and it's not gonna let me have it. It's fine. The main event, behind the nugget door. It's beautiful and so heavy, because I've forgotten that mine's, you know, full of flash guts, not a hard drive, and I forget how like lightweight this is. They're meant to be really dense. All right, we'll peel the plastic off this guy in a second. Please have a duck. Please have a duck. Please have a duck. No. I mean, yay. Oh, it's Firewire. Oh, that's heaps handy. Oh, cool. This is like the best iPod charger you can get. But it's Americana flavored, and I've already got 3 of these. So I don't really need to do more with that. That's a nice miniature cardboard table. No dock? Really? It needs to be this big? The table really is pointless. I feel in the grand scheme of things. All right, let's have my manky scratched up one sitting here, and let's get this new one. My brand new look. Getting frustrated. This is how it what? Oh, I'm just an idiot and very impatient. There we are. All right. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. How you have weathered with age and how it's meant to be. That's stainless steel for you. Oh man, there's still more. Yep. Can't get this off with gloves on. So, fine, it stays. Let's put that down. Well, I can't wait to play this game now, which is, it's brand new, but will it work? Just because batteries like dying in their packaging. That's why Bluetooth headphones are pretty annoying. Like, they're going to die. Yes? Yay! For once, this is actually correct. I mean, this screen isn't like a big deal or anything. Like, if you reformat your iPod, which you're gonna do many, many times in its life, you're gonna see this screen. So it's like, wham, big deal. 1.4 gigs magically disappear because that's marketing. I better put something on it. English. Oh, look how clear the screen is. And there's some splotchiness underneath it for some reason.
Power on. Bluetooth mode. Auxiliary mode.
Oh. Hey. But will it keep working when I unplug it? Wow! It does! I'm impressed.
Bluetooth mode.
Oh, shut up! Wow. Well, I'm just gonna let this die on its own, really. Just because that's just how I roll. Ooh. No. Oh, are we... No, have we bricked it? No, you can keep playing, but we're not going back anymore? This is genuinely a bug I've not seen. What the heck was that? Well, there you go, people who are having like iPod problems and things. Like, how do I fix it? It's like, I don't know. They're the oldest they've ever been, and even a brand new one would just have like a mini freak out. I'm sure it's because, you know, she's done. I'm gonna put it back in its plastic tomb. Well, it was fun, mate. Nice to have the honor of devaluing you and then still not using you. Well, I lost a lot of value, but I feel completed. Now I know what the whole experience was for my favorite music player. Like, it's this guy, like forever. I've got so many of these spare that for the rest of my days, I'm gonna have spare parts to keep one of these idiots working. And now I know exactly what it was like back in the day to open up. Whew.
Anyone get one of these for Christmas in 04 was a lucky duck. Like this one. Well, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Huge thanks to my patrons, especially these stinky names right here, mate, because $1 a month, I do extra videos. I mean, I do have other videos on Garbage Time, which is my car thing, and the drum thing, which is like my drum thing, mate. But like, you want extra DankPods, hey? Let's keep the devaluation rolling. Let's just keep pounding, mate. A brand new Nano. 8 gig, I forget what gen this is. This is past when I was paying any attention to Nanos. I had a 2nd gen Nano and a 3rd gen Nano. And after that, like, I was onto the smartphones. But thanks so much, mate. I'll see you all next time.
Frank, we're in a public place. Alright, I caught you. You get back in your box. Don't give me that dumb look. Don't pretend that you're dumb. You get back in your box. Frank, get back in the box. No, I said get back. Oh no, that's it. Yes. Yeah. Frank, listen to me.
Hey, it's the after show. Thanks so much for supporting me, guys. Like, whoa, huge thanks. With how scary YouTube is with policy changes and things, like, you never know when you're gonna lose your job. So yeah, and you guys let me afford stuff like this. A brand new iPod Nano. I mean, I've had this since like 2020, early 2020. I snatched these up as quickly as I could because, yeah, they were much, much cheaper back then. I think I got this for like $40. Not a lot of devaluation going on by opening this, but I guess if I left it sealed forever, it would, you know. Well, you guys help me buy these things so we can enjoy them together. This is the long screen Nano. I guess this is when video was all the rage, and so, you know, it's now a widescreen. But it actually is nice for scrolling for music because, you know, bigger screen. And I've nearly no experience with these other than the ones that I find in the Nugget Lucky Dip. Hey mate, how you going? Welcome to another episode of Devalue Your Collectibles Instantly. This one's an easy one. It's got this tempting little tab on it. Like, you just want to pick at it no matter what. If you just get a bit too carried away, oh, no, actually no, that's holding on pretty good. Oh wow. Oh man. Ah. Yeah. Ah. And just like that, mate, like, she's now devalued. I'll see you next time. My brand new Nug. This overly elaborate kind of packaging. It is pretty small, which is nice, but it's like, you know, full of plastic. And this fun routine where you got to bend it and to release it. Overly engineered. Oh, man. I mean, I know I'm feeling this through gloves, but it's like, they're just such a dense nugget, like these flash ones. They just got them down so small. And any excuse that you can't fit a headphone jack on here, this idiot has a 30-pin and a headphone jack. Like, no excuses, Apple. You just don't want to put them on anymore and get people into AirPods so they can keep running out of batteries and you have to keep buying new ones. Yeah, the later 30-pin cables. They were trying to cut costs down because the first ones, I mean, ignore the 2 cables coming out. It's just like a crazy cable. But they had like big chunky like locking in clips and things so they couldn't pull out, and I guess, you know, that just got too expensive and they just made them, you know, crappier. Look, the next gen buds, they are just like marginally better. Barely. Barely. They're a tiny little bit better. It's like this morning's poo wasn't as bad as last morning's poo, and this is a dock adapter, you know, that dock that they didn't give me in the last one. Yeah, thanks guys. iPod Nano 2008. Yeah, I really was not paying attention to Nanos at this point. Like, I was eyeing off my friend's iPhone 3GS because he was just watching YouTube at uni and it just blew me away. I mean, Apple knows how to do a good manual startup, whatever. Like, all your info's just right there. Look at that. Mate, let's just get straight into it. Let's just get straight in. Yes. Oh, like, I remember these having a really nice screen, and it's kind of got like a lensed effect with like the curviness of it or something. That's what I remember. Yes, oh, I'm so glad it works. Ejecting? Why? No, why? Don't you balk on me. Oh, I know what it is. It's probably the firewire. Hang on. I was right. Yes, it was the firewire. Oh no. Yeah, I read it. Shit, how do you expect people to actually read all this crap? My brand new Nano. Yes. I'm putting the entirety of Shrek on here. That was an 800 megabyte file cranking over then. That was an 837 megabyte file. That's how long that took. Oh, the screen's actually really nice. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. No. I don't need that. It looks good though. I don't need it. I don't need. Why? Why can't I get out? No, leave. Oh, it's got a motion thing in it. It's just like an early iPhone game. I know you can't see it because I keep tilting the screen and the viewing angles are not good. It's got a tilt thing in it. Oh man, this would have kept me busy for tens of minutes. But this is the one I remember playing. I like how it shows the time and the battery. Like, that was my favorite bit, because like before school, at around 8 something in the morning, you'd be like making sure you're not late for school playing stinking iPod games. Like, this controls really good. Like, this feels good to play, even now. It's a really high frame rate screen. Like, this is a really nice Nugget. Now I know why people really like these. But mate, can it shrunk? Uh-oh, my aux is too big. I mean, let's just see the video first. Betting it's gonna die if I unplug it. It looks really good. Like, for 2008, like, that is so tolerable. But you ready? Ah, instant death. I'm sorry, I couldn't do it. Both of these wouldn't fit. Well, let's get it back in its term. Hey, a thief! Get away from my bookshelf. No, you get out of there. Where are you? No, don't fight me. Don't fight me. That's good enough. Like, seeing how good that screen is. That screen is really nice. The frame rate's just so butter smooth. I can totally see why people really liked it. But they're basically useless now. Because, like, you can't change the flash storage. The batteries like to expand and blow their guts out. And once they do start expanding, it means it's harder to get that battery out. People talk of venting them by sticking them with something. I'm not doing that. So yeah, I really hope this doesn't expand. I'm going to keep my eye on it for the next day or two before putting it back in the cupboards. And like, you know, like, thanks guys. Like, I'll, you know, Nokia.
Oh, now I've done it. Ugh. Geez, it was a couple of months ago that we did like the Free Geek one, but it's been a long time since we've done the oldie Nugget Dip, mate. For those of you who are new, this is a bag of the worst MP3 players I could find. Literally like bulk lots where the seller's saying, we haven't tried to turn these on, and we're pretty sure that they don't. This is one of my favorite things to do, mate. Like, it's simple. We're gonna pull a few of these out. Number one, does it turn on? And number two, are there any treasures on it? Because, mate, I remember the day we found this. That was on one of these Nuggets. Lives close to my heart here on the desktop. But shut up, mate. Let's get dunking. Oh, that one feels like it weighs nothing. Oh, it weighs nothing. There's nothing to this. Oh, awesome. That's corroded to heck. Mobile Catalyst Corporation of Japan. Right, it's a corporate giveaway one. Knowing what low-tier piles of rubbish these are, this is like the crappiest MP3 player you could be ever given or pay money for, whatevers. Yep, and look at that, mobile. Well, I've got a Kellogg's one of these. I've got heaps of corporate branded ones. Pepsi did one. Oh, and it's got the freak USB. Mobile, you suck. I mean, luckily it needs a mere hook cells to get going. Let's see if it even turns on. Yes! NetTac. Right? Oh, this is the same stupid UI that all these Nuggets have. Like, I think even the Nerf MP3 player had this. I remember the Ripple. Is there anything on it? Right, even though I don't have the fugly USB cable, I got an idea how we can hear the recording.
Power on. Bluetooth mode.
Filthy.
Auxiliary mode.
This cable's a bit too staunch for this Nug. Oi, why'd you die on me? Come on, NetTac. Alright, now how do I hear my masterpiece? No files? Record 3. Well, can I, like, how do I get to the previous ones? No, come on, like, well, it thinks it's 2005 for a kicker. That really puts the age on this guy. Why can't I... Can you believe a giant $1 trillion corporation would hand this stuff out? Oh, don't make me look for one of these cables. You quitter. You are one lucky pile of garbage, let me tell you. Look out, I'm in a Nugget. Here we go. Talk to Daddy. Better have a good name. Better be Big Petrocomic. Oh, come on. There it is. All this for my 2005 masterpiece.
So, like, mate, this one time, like, I was heaps late for work, and I had so little time, like, I couldn't even bother to look for my keys, even though, like, I leave them in the same spot every time. So I thought it'd just be quicker just to run next door naked and just try and hotwire my neighbour's car, you know, I was late for work, mate, and if I was one more day late, mate, like, they were going to sack me, hey? And so I'm just smashing in the windshield, mate, like, trying to jump through. I wasn't using my fists or, like, a brick or something. I was using my head with swan dives, just trying to get through the windshield. And that's all I remember, mate, because, you know, I'm in the hospital at the moment.
Well, that microphone doesn't sound like absolute crap at all. Cheers, mobile. Well, actually, in terms of nugget dips, that's actually a really good start. I mean, usually none of them work. Oh, no. Oh, no. This looks like a Samsung smartwatch, knockoff. All right, stand back. I'm in a nugget. Don't tell me you were always land waste. Oh, see, this is how the nugget dip usually goes. Alright, well, we're back on schedule at least. I mean, feels more nostalgic that way. I saw the brand for this. This is an Agpatech. How do you say that? AGP Tech? It's Agpatech. That's all I can think of. Oh, a headphone jack, so it is more advanced than modern smartphones. And it weighs nothing. And the screen looks balked. It's hard to describe, but I think the screen is balked. I knew it! Is it still alive? Is its little gut still kicking over? Oh wow, this is really unhappy. I mean, go to the start of the video again where I'm just taking for granted that the first one actually turned on and worked. And then I gritted it. Wow, my standard was way too high. How many of these are there? I swear this is at least the third one of these. It's a Go Gear. Yep, it's a Go Gear, which sounds like bootleg Beyblades. It's a strange shape, I guess, so it stands on a table. That's kind of cool, but then it's just kind of huge. We've got to give it a bat, though. Will it turn on? It does! No, we just boot looping. I praised you. You owe me one now. And I'm in the nug. It's gonna do nothing, isn't it? Oof. Oh, yes! No, don't say okay to disconnect. Better show up on the computer. You better show up on the computer. You better, what's wrong with it? Why? It turns on. What more do you want? I gritted others for less than this. Oh, that's a thin one. Oh no, it's really, really sad. This is a pathetic bootleg iPod Nano with a camera! Oh, but it's a Polaroid! Oh, this was in its dead days. I mean, it's been resurrected now, and they're actually making film again. Yay! But this is when, Polaroid was just being shelled out to anybody. Yeah, mini USB, feels like a nug. That camera, you better work. I need to have that camera. Come on, baby. We need a working camera. Come on, Polaroid. Be like your actual business. Resurrect. Oh, no, 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 no. No, come on. Come on, don't tease me like this. Oh, I wanted that camera. The Nano camera's not even good. No! No, Polaroid, no! Ah! Oh, what if I select on? On? Here we go. Ah! Come on. Show up on the computer, you nugget. Yes! Do it! Music! Oh! My sweet boy. We've hit the guy. It's got Kids Bop World on it! Oh, we're gonna get content matched. No! Oh, mate, they're a smart person. They got Beethoven on here. Audio CD. I love that band. Posies. Various artists. This almost feels like, you know, like a high school kid's iPod or something. All right, pictures. Camera. Oh my god. I've never seen this many. Okay, well, you're not going to see all of them because if it's got people's faces in it, then it's a no-go. It's a dog! It's a dog! It's a dog! That's the same dog! That's a dog. That's a good photo. I always thought the Polo would have a good camera. That's a dog. That's dinosaurs. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, dinosaurs and dogs. Dogs and oh, that's a good photo. Dogs and dinosaurs. Can this thing not take a cromulent photo? Wow, most of these photos are completely balked. Mate, that's a keeper. That goes with the Teletubbies. Yeah, this is awesome. And these are really, really bad photos. Now, 2 of these did have kids' faces in it. And so, yeah, this is like a like a 13-year-old's MP3 player. There's no, there's, yeah, come on. All right, not a good start, not a good start. Let's try the next one. All right, it's the sequel. Wow, that is not good. Bear.wnv. This is what viruses used to look like. It's a bear. And seagulls. That's a butterfly.wmv. That's a lake. Right on. Please work, please work, please work. Please work, please work, please. Yes? Yes! Go! Do it! Work! Yes! Come on! Must get to videos. Must see the bear. Why aren't you going in? Is the select button broken? I think the select button... Can I record? No? Oh! Is this recording? Am I doing it? Is this it? Audio. Yes, yes, come on. Like, let me record a voice. Let me record a voice, please. 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 No. Wow, this thing is mega balked. Mega balked. No way. Voice. Yes!
Like, I'm in the hospital, mate, because, like, you know, I was late for work. I was, you know, just trying to get to work, mate. I'm an innocent civilian. And then, like, police are now in, like, my roommate in the hospital, hey, ask me all these questions, like, why were you swan diving naked on your neighbour's car, mate? I was just late for work. It's a normal person problem, hey. And then when they stepped out in the other room for me to put on pants, you know, so I can follow them out, well, I've just started, like, jumping out the window, mate, so I've just got to go for a bit, mate. I'll see you, man.
This is the crappiest idiot I've ever used. This thing handles terribly, but I'm actually quite fond of it. It's nice knowing that I've got the worst camera in the world freely at my disposal. Come on, mate, one more good one. Oh, that one feels weird. Oh, that's why, because it's a watch. It's another one of these. Why is this full of, like, bootleg Samsung smartwatches from, like, 6-7 years ago? Well, here goes nothing. Starting to realize why these are in the bag now. Come on. One more good one. Come on. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, excuse me? It's like an iPhone 4 in there? Or is this a 4S? I think it's a 4. Well, that's fun. It uses a 30 pin. Let's go. Let's go, bro. Yeah. Yeah! Man, look how good the screens were even back then. Retina screens. Oh, I love the boot looping. Very good. All right. So now we wait. Oh. And I'm calling it. Where? Oh, and look at it, hanging on. Oh, no, I don't care. It could just do that forever. Like, this is like 13 years old and it's been lovingly cared for. Well, what a blast. Oh, loved it when we pulled out these completely not working Samsung knockoff smartwatches. Oh, I was so happy with those. Oh, mate, the Philips that like boots up and then doesn't go any further. Oh, that tickled me big time. Loved it. Oh, the sweet Agbatech with its exploded screen and like do nothing USB connection. It's everything I ever wanted. Oh, the creative. You know, that literally just flashed a blue light and just went, I'm done, mate. I hope you enjoyed the show. And then the old mate I was pretty rough with. I mean, that's first impressions for you. Hey, it started off so strong. I thought it was going to be nothing but brand new sealed iPods from here on in. But to be fair, this thing handled like an absolute idiot. And I was never going to use it again. It worked, but a lot of me wished it didn't. And just the superstar, the Polaroid, the one I dubbed the saddest, being a bootleg Nano with a former, like, really, really famous pop culture brand on it. And then it dazzled me, mate, with its functioning camera. And, the really bought controls. Well, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Huge thanks to my patrons, especially these stinky names right here, because, mate, $1 a month, I do extra videos. There are extra videos on Garbage Time, which is my car thing, and the drum thing, which is my drum thing, and my float playing drum stream that I play 6 times a week playing the drums. But you want extra DankPods. And, mate, I was absolutely inspired during this episode. Absolutely dazzled with this guy. Clear out. Clear out. I want to do a whole episode filmed on this. Yep. Let's rough it big time. I want to rough it. I had it on charge down on the ground. I could use the camera while it's on charge. I've got battery packs here. I'm going to zip tie it to my rig, and we're going to tolerate an entire video straight out of the Polaroid. So thanks so much, and mate, I'll see you all next time.
Well, everyone, I'd like to introduce you to Hammock Frank here. This is Hammock Frank. Hammock Frank, the near 100,000 people who tune in to see what you do. And this is what she does.
Hey, it's the after show. Thanks so much for supporting me. We're looking at this through a Polaroid. Gosh, I hope this keeps recording through the whole thing. It's been very unreliable all while setting this up. It's impossible to get it to run. And this is as far out as it zooms. Like, we're all the way out. The iPad fits really well in it. It's not bad. Maybe this will be the new camera. Well, I was trying to think of what's something really dumb to do when people can barely see what's on screen. Why, of course, a show and tell! I've always been obsessed about tech. I mean, being a millennial, mate, growing up in the thousands, how can you not be into tech? Whether you followed it or not, you knew about it. And I loved phones, man, so much. Like, this Samsung here, everyone had one of these. I think my, worksite boss had one when I worked on a concrete yard mixing concrete. This is how I know Samsung. So, the modern Galaxy phones, all the flagships, yeah, for quite some time I had to shake a lot of the stigma that, Samsung just kind of made a lot of Me Too products and didn't really revolutionize at all. But if you want to talk about prestigious, mate, check out this Hyundai phone. Hyundai is so generic, just, I'm a cell phone. Here I come. No camera, nothing. Actually, is there a date? It's got its original Hyundai bat. No, it's the TX60B. How prestigious. I'm so lucky to have this. I can see it's a color screen, but why? All it does is text and call. Now, if I told you there was a phone called the Ultimate Techno Phone, you'd say, how do I order 10 of them immediately? Or it just sounds like something awesome I've made up, like, oh yeah, the Ultimate Techno Phone. Yeah, well, here it is. This is the Ultimate Techno Phone. What? Ultimate! Yeah! Think of all the business calls you can pick up with this baby. That's snapped and broken. That's what you want. Total proof that just because it sounds awesome doesn't mean it is awesome. Can I get a year or any? Whoa, that's a huge bat. I can't even see where the SIM card goes. It's a Technophone 515. Wait, or is it model H500? What is it, mate? No SIM card slot that I can see. That's weird. Ooh, that goes together terrible. I hate the Technophone. In middle school, mate, this was the coolest phone you could get. I've shown it a few times just because, man, am I nostalgic to these LGs. With its camera that swivels, you see that? I mean, you can't see anything. But you can just swivel the camera. Your main one is then your selfie one. Yeah, with its Dorcas antenna hanging off of it, its screen on the outside. Man, this was cool business. Oh, look, infrared. It's that thing that never worked. Literally, I could never get it to work. I think I sent one JPEG over it once, and I just never needed to do it again. Alright, this is probably my favorite phone from my grade school days. It was a Nokia, mate, and you bet she slides. That was the coolest business. Hang it up on someone yeah, mate, alright, meet you at recess playground, whack, and then you hang up. Hey, it's still got its peely guy on the camera. I'm just gonna leave that. That doesn't feel right to touch. 2 megapixels. Can you read that? Can you even hear what I'm saying? Even the front screen's got its peely on it. You kidding me? Oh, I didn't know I had an artifact. What a chonkster. But this was a really, really good phone for the day. You were killing it if you had one of these. Well, this is one that I like to see if it even just works. For future videos and stuff. It's fun, finding all the really interesting smartphones. Because, the phone's peaked, right? It's finally peaked. Even folding phones haven't changed anything. It folds open, you go, wow, and then it's just got, social medias and other garbage. Mate, the original iPhone, number one that looks like this, with its sunken headphone jack that everybody hated, and it is dense. It's aluminium and just, wow, what a chunky nug. I would love to see if it works because I got it real cheap. Because, oh, there's something. Oh no, not this routine again. This is what happened in the main show. Can the Polaroid hang out long enough until this works? Come on. I'm more amazed that the Polaroid's still going. Oh, why does everything I own suck? That's like the only one I wanted to see work, damn it. First ever iPhone. Ugh. At least the Technophone's awesome. Right? In fact, this shot is so close up, I don't think this will actually fit in frame. It doesn't! You can't fit the first ever mobile phone in frame. Like, forget its antenna. Not even the antenna fits! Diagonally? Just! No! No, it doesn't fit! Well, I'm sorry. Sorry for the video quality. I mean, at least you didn't pay for this. I mean, oh no. No, you did pay for this. You know, I'm sorry again, you know, and look, oh no!
Stinky. Something I didn't know about headphones until getting into them is that headphones are a lot like cars. Some of them need more fuel than others. You know, the first time wanting to swap between two different headphones, like to test them, and just that one of them was at half the volume than the other. I'm like, what, mate? I don't get it. Some headphones need a lot more power than other ones, which inspired this episode. My headphone stash has new and vintage headphones in it, and I've just got an inkling on some that I'm just so sure that they are unbelievably stinky. They need so much power to even sound okay. Which means, mate, it's the Headphone Stink-a-thon. Well, first, we've got to lay down the ground floor, mate. What isn't stinky? I think a good example would be like some Grado SR60Xs. These are super cruisy. These run out of your phone, your MacBook, your smart fridge, whatever, man. One way to gauge how, like, difficult headphones are to drive, but not really, but kind of, it's the ohms. How many ohms they have. These have 32 ohms, which is nice and lightweight. That can run out of anything. But another number to look at is sensitivity, and anything under 100 dB is getting harder to drive, and anything above that is more sensitive. These are 99.8 dB. It's such a good benchmark for like what is an easy set of headphones to drive. And for reference, mate, some KBE KS2s, well, they're 16 ohm and 106 decibels. You might have noticed when you wear earbuds like that, you know, they get loud really quickly. Well, if this is a contest, who's a referee, mate? Well, it's the Fio M17. This is the stinkiest MP3 player you can get, and to call it an MP3 player is quite disrespectful. It's got all the holes, mate, which is awesome for playing with vintage headphones. I mean, and just to sell the power of this, look, it's the Dingus Pod from ages ago. The output of this guy is like 30 milliwatts. Out of this guy, it's 500. I mean, it does have a watt out of the balanced outputs, but we're not using them. We're using the old ones. And basically, mate, the score is whatever the headphone volume says as I record it into the freakish ears. And yes, mate, the Herdo 600s are here to compare the sound with. All right, mate, first up, the Audeze LCD 2s. This just screams, I'm an audiophile. These first came out in 2009, and basically they made planars cool again. In the Sennheisers, this has a dynamic driver, which is like the traditional speaker-looking guy with the magnet and goes. This is a planar magnetic set of headphones, where it's this incredibly thin piece of plastic with traces on it, just goes bzz, 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 and just huge and gigantic. I mean, look at the size of them. All right, let's have a listen. So warm and lovely. Well, the volume for the Grados when they were recorded was 50. These, 75. I mean, they're only 70 ohms. That's not a lot. So it's funny that they needed, you know, quite a bit of extra volume. All right, cranking up the stink. Mate, it's the HD 600s. It's the referee. Mate, because these are 300 ohms. These have been out since 1997. These are a vintage pair. Connoisseurs of the HDs have always looked and gone, mate, your headband is worn out. It's like, you bet it is. I found old ones specifically for this channel. Oh, wait a minute, what happens now? I've never actually talked about these in a video like this where, like, what, do we just play the whole sample of the song with no changes? It's just, all right. And the volume? 76, 70 ohms, 300 ohms, one click on the volume difference. Weird. All right, guys, now like the stink levels, we're going to just the stinkiest 1975 AKG K240 sextets. See those white pads in there? There's 6 of those. Those are passive radiators to absorb frequencies and things and whatnot. Oh man, were these high-tech, serious business for 1975. I mean, you check out the cable, it's only as long as the road that leads to the bakery, mate, and it ends in the massive dingers, because in these days, portable music players? Huh? No, you go home and smash that into your home amplifier. Or what these were really for is used in studios for mixing and mastering. They do still make K240s, but, you know, they don't have the cool radiator bits in them, and they're not made in Austria anymore. But these idiots are 600 ohm. 600. Yeah, we've had good audio for a long time. Of course, you'll prefer different headphones, modern headphones, whatever. But if you put these on without listening to anything else, it's amazing how great these sound. The volume? 90! For reference, guys, the max is 120, right? And it's sitting at 90. Yeah, these are cool and very, very collectible because, you know, AKG's dead and owned by Samsung and, you know... Oh, well, I mean, it's good to put them away so I don't get all, you know, upset at the AKG sadness. I bet you're all going, mate, the Bare Dynamic T1s are coming out. Oh, I know it. I know it, mate. I can see it. This is the main event. Well, I'm here to tell you that guy was disqualified. Yeah, it just didn't make the cut for this very last top league. Because currently, the stinkiest headphones that I can find in my hoard are these AKG K340s. Oh, I'm starting to tear up again. These mean business. Look at this. These are electrostatic and dynamic. So it's got the dynamic one that like the Sennheisers use and electrostatic as well, which is like a piece of plastic with 2 stinking grids of something, nothing's touching the plastic. And in 1978, these were top of the line. Huh? Only 400 ohms? Yeah, see, like, ohms is not a very good reference. Yeah, not a lot of bass, but I've got my suspicions that I know they're meant to sound better, and I'll get to it in a bit. Well, even still, what was the volume? 97. A 500 milliwatt giant nug. You know, put it this way, I can wear these at max volume. I'm running these maxed out. Oh my gosh, they absolutely do max out the M17. If you run earbuds through that volume, they literally distort and go... That's not good. Yeah, I wouldn't have that in my ears, mate. Well, these are known on headphone forums for just being very, very hard to drive. This is being maxed out, but there's a mode where you plug in its proper power adapter and then you get a special extra battery mode. that's when these started sounding really nice. And that makes me go, oh, right. If I actually had a home desktop amplifier, these could sound like... But of course, a portable media player actually giving these a really good go shows you what a stonky chonk nug this thing is. But it means for future Stink-a-thons, mate, I'm finally gonna have to get a desktop headphone amp. Because I love using headphones like this. Listen to music from 1978. This is what they were hearing in the studio. This is how it sounded. There's something really funny about maxing out a very serious piece of audio equipment. Actually maxing it out. Well, there's plenty of headphones still sitting in boxes that I haven't even looked at, and they're from the manky old days, mate. So who knows? Maybe there's someone even stinkier than this. I dread to think if there is one. And well, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Huge thanks to my patrons, especially these stinky names right here, because, mate, $1 a month, I do extra videos. There are extra videos on Garbage Time, which is my car thing, and then the drum thing, which is my drum thing, and then I stream drums on Float Plane 6 times a week. You know, I'm making lots of vids a week, guys, and it's all thanks to you. Thank you so much for supporting me. That's how I can do this stuff. But, mate, $1 an extra, just, you get an extra video. We're actually going to scroll through my liked songs playlist on Spotify. Yep. I'm gonna be that personal with you guys. So, thanks so much, mate. I'll see you all next time.
Yeah, look at Frank's awesome giant custom-made poo dungeon with dual hammocks. That's more than one. Look, she's got like a hidey spot on the cold side. She's got this custom-built hidey spot on the warm side, all made out of hardwood Tasmanian oak. And where's Frank? She's here. She's stuffed in the corner. That's how much Frank wants to use out of all this. You make me mad, Frank.
Hey, it's the after show. Thank you so much for supporting me. Gosh, I thank you. Oh, you let me do whatever I want every day, and it's amazing. You know, I could take the mid-rolls out. If you're seeing mid-rolls in the videos, I didn't put them there. I said, no, Google, don't do it. I don't have to do sponsor spots. Man, to be an artist and now be making videos, that is so liberating. I could kill a duck over it. No, I won't. Well, I'm going to show you my Spotify playlist. At least ones that I find interesting and like to talk about. I'm going to plug in the K340s while I do this so I can listen. You guys aren't allowed to listen. YouTube and Google don't know how to manage content match wherever's. Why can't I listen to Writing? That's such a fun song. Bow, 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 this song's really fun, #1, because of the cover. You're not gonna drink all them by yourself, mate. And it's just got heaps of reverb, heaps of fun percussion. Yeah, Disney's Hercules soundtrack. Mate, listen to the bass player. He's killing it the whole time. It's so good. Dude's just slapping the whole way through. It's great. And then along comes Zeus. Bass, I love you. This one doesn't make any sense unless you own a subwoofer or maybe 2 subwoofers. It is smashing out frequencies so low that a lot of headphones aren't even going to play the bits. Like, you don't even know what you're missing out on. You're just going to listen and go, huh? And it's like, you know, Skullcandy crushes, right? That's when this song makes sense. Then it's just big and low. This was the song I used to test car subwoofers with. Playing with really high-end headphones, you know, stuff like this, it's just so acoustic and it comes like really stereo. It's thumpy, but it's like, it's a different kind of beautiful sound. Not everything has to be massively compressed and laser sounding. I love how tubby the drum sound. It's a vibe. This was one of my favorite drum songs ever. Mike Portnoy with his gigantic F-off drum kits he would play. But yeah, this was an album I smashed on the regular in my teenage years in my VN Commodore. Prog metal, it's fun. It's hard to follow. That's the fun. It's hard to follow. Oh, look, it's Scarlet Fire. Herbie Hancock, I mean, he just played with Miles Davis. He's an absolute jazz legend. And then he just pivoted and just made like really awesome atmospheric, playing with vocoders and stuff, man. Like, you see how he's dressed? Well, it sounds just like it looks. I love this song. It's great. I got it on cassette. Yeah, Jurassic 5. Damian Marley. Bob Marley's son. This song pounds. Yeah, if you want like classic, like dub, the song's fat. The production on this tune is nuts. Stuff coming in from everywhere. Like, a really fun way to listen to music is actually to put eye blinders on. Cover your eyes. You don't need them. What are you looking at? And when all you have is your ears, like, it's nuts. It comes in from every angle. Oh man, watching so much Bam Margera content as a kid, how can I not be humming this in my head? Elton John's a stinker genius. Like the tunes he comes up with. No wonder why he does like the music for like The Lion King, El Dorado. I just love the drums in this era of music. It's just so pancakey. It's not massive and compressed. It blends in with the rest of the instruments. Earth, Wind & Fire, do we need to say much? I mean, like, they're so well produced. They sound so good out of beautiful headphones. That's a trap that really nice headphones can do, is that they bring out the best and the worst. Stuff that's terrible, you can notice even more. Earth, Wind & Fire just sounds so good. This tune's amazing. This tune is amazing. She sings and plays the double bass. It's just trio, drums, piano, bass, with her on vocal, and it's just, man, this is the kind of tune that you put really nice headphones, quiet room, lights off. Oh man, what 3 instruments can do. This is a tune that heaps of viewers have probably heard while waiting on the phone or something, which is a real shame because like bossa novas, the whole thing is like, it's this beautiful Latin genre of music that, you know, big corporations sort of can fix anything. Let's put it in like shopping centers, elevators while you're on the phone, and it just killed it for people. It's just known as elevator music. But this is so cleverly written, like the harmony and the melody, it's like, it gets under your skin because it's genius. This is one of my favorite jazz tunes ever made. Like, this is just so cool. It's genius. I hum this all the time. At the jazz course, man, loved playing this one. And, you know, Chick Corea's gone now. Like, it sucks. This is the car chase song from Fifth Element, which is just such a banger. My favorite I mean, the whole scene just looks so good. Like, back in the day, even today, it still looks amazing. And with this crank behind it, it's such a good scene. Great, like the tabla, I think it is, the hand percussion. Like, it's so crispy. Another really beautiful, like, just big bass dub sounding tune, like just the chill out kind of song. Everyone thinks What a Fool Believes is a Doobie Brothers song. It's not. It's a Kenny Loggins tune, and this is the original, which I vastly prefer. I think it's a great tune no matter where, but I prefer the original. Cassiopeia! One of my best mates, metal band, like all the dudes in this, they're the best. They're so much fun. And like, yeah, this song cranks. I love it. You are now legally required to listen to Parliament's Dr. Funkenstein. He has an important message. You have to sit through all of it. This is my favorite, just old hard rock song. This thing just goes. It's 2.5 minutes long. Bing, bang, boom, and you're done. It's got cowbell in it. Antonio Carlos Jobim, basically like the inventor of the bossa nova. He wrote Girl from Ipanema. I mean, that just got destroyed in movies. You know, it's a beautiful song. But this is Triste, and it's just such a beautiful tune. The harmony structure, the melody is just, it's so pretty. If you want something just to sit and drink wine to and just be at peace, put this album on. Just put the whole album on. Look what's next. Wave. It's in the list. Frank Zappa, and this particular version is a live version, so it's just out of hand. Thirsty Mercs in the Summertime. This was one of my favorite songs ever to play on the drums. So cool. And in my gigging days, mates of mine knew it. You betcha we busted this out. Parliament's Mothership Connection. One of my favorite albums ever. Just listen to it start to back. It is really fun. Like, you get abducted by the mothership and they take over the radio and you just got to sit and listen for an hour. That's all. They're not going to take over. Just sit and listen for an hour. That's the stick. And in their live show when they actually landed a UFO, Dr. Funkenstein comes out. Oh, Parliament. So fun. I mean, that album cover is sublime. And Handcuffs is just the most, like, dirty, funky thing sound. Like, it is just so of the time. It's got Bootsy Collins on bass. What more do you want? Well, there's some songs that I like. Spotify hasn't gotten a lot of updating because I've actually been trying to buy albums, you know, actually albums that I used to listen to, like, you know, Blood Sugar Sex Magic, that sort of stuff. And now I've got the headphone equipment to actually really sit down and critically listen to stuff that I've listened to death. Like, that's actually been a lot of stuff that I've been doing. Muse's Absolution, that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's quite an eclectic mix and it doesn't make any sense at all. Yay, the video's over now. Old smartphones. So it's very ignorant to say that the smartphone has peaked, but like the last few years really haven't dazzled me. And oh mate, iPhone 6 Plus, the original bend phone. Remember that? Thinnest iPhone ever made. Well, we're not talking about this. We're talking about an absolute flop of the smartphone space. So much stinky history to get into, and it starts with Amazon. Starting off as just a bookstore, now they're just prolific, and they have very good experience of getting well thought out tech into people's hands. It's called the stinking Kindle. If you want an ebook reader, you got a Kindle. And hey, it made sense with Amazon since, like, you know, they sold books and It was a way to, you know, read said books. Well, in the mid-2010s, mate, if you want to make stinky money, you sold phones, and everyone was having a go. Boy, was it busy. And well, Amazon's known for value, you know, for saving a buck. And people thought if Amazon jumped in with a phone, that it would be really good value and just get in the hands of many. Well, no. Let me just put this, let me just put that there. I want to tell you more of the crushing failures that this thing had to endure, but first, mate, let's have a smell of it. Oh. This is absolutely brand new, and I guess you're gonna learn why no one bought this. We're in the money. Well, we're not putting a SIM in it, so I don't have to use that. Getting to know your Fire phone. What, do they mean the Galaxy Note 7? Isn't that the original Fire phone? Thank you for choosing Fire phone. Well, I didn't. There it is, still in its tomb. I mean, we gotta smell the other bits. A tiny Dingus Dorcas charger. Oh, sweet Firebuds. Amazon. Well, if you can't innovate, you just copy. But nah, mate, we put magnets in the back of it. That's how we've innovated. And the flat pasta-looking cable. What else? Cable. And yeah, micro USB. Excellent. My brand new Nug. It is that phone that no one bought. Okay, straight out the gates. Do you notice something weird about this? That's right. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 front-facing cameras. 5 front-facing cameras. It's only got the one on the back, and ooh, that absorbs fingerprints, doesn't it? It's kind of like rubbery plastic filling bumpers, regular glass on the back. It looks really boring, doesn't it? So before I fire it up, mate, this thing was apparently in development since 2010. And the whole point of the 5 front-facing cameras is to use 3D graphics for the screen and face tracking. But a big thing they were selling is where you use the regular camera to just take videos and photos of products, and it will, you know, try and sell them to you through Amazon. Let's fire up the Nugget. Yeah. Over to you, buddy. Mate. This is a terrible start. Uh-oh. You're not even 10 years old. Are you kidding me? Well, I'm gonna keep going in case it magically turns back on because the story's still great. So, it doesn't run iOS. We get that right. So, surely it runs Android. Yes? No? Not really. It's got its own heavily skinned version of Android called Fire OS. But what that actually means is that there's no Google Maps. There's no Gmail. They're just staples for people, even like on iOS. If you wanted a small weird OS, you'd get Windows Phone. No one got Windows Phone. Even Facebook had to go with their OS, the HTC first. So if you ignore the 5 camera business and the display and whatnot, what this actually was under the bonnet was like last year's phone. It was like a 2013 phone with an OS missing staples like regular app. Go! That's excellent! It's arisen from its coma. I'm gonna keep telling the story. I think it's waking up. So it's boring looking with outdated specs and just sells you Amazon stuff, and yet it basically costs the same as the iPhone 6 launched at the same time. Well, it keeps getting worse. This was an AT&T exclusive, which everybody loves being locked onto a carrier. And to say it sold poorly is an understatement. So it was available for $199 on a 2-year plan with AT&T. Well, after 6 weeks, they slashed that price to 99 cents. At the time, if you wanted to buy these unlocked, just have it outright, mate, at the beginning, it was $650. By November 2014, it was down to $199. And then $179 by April, and by August, they were asking for $130, and then it was discontinued by August 27th. Just fire is right, mate. She burnt up in the atmosphere. They were even giving away Amazon Prime for a year, and like, still no one cared. Like, a year's worth of Amazon Prime, that lasts longer than the phone. But come on, sales numbers. Well, after the first 20 days, Amazon had shifted 35,000 of them. Well, to put into perspective, Apple had sold 10 million iPhone 6s within the first weekend. No one cared. No one even knows this is a thing. It was too stinking expensive for what it did, and Amazon is known for making stuff cheap, right? So that's not exactly like a high-end kind of looking brand. Like, people assume it with, like, you know, cheap paper towels, not a full-price flagship phone. And it was during a time when there were just flagship phones everywhere. And apparently Jeff Bezos was all in on the 5 cameras 3D screen looking business. And apparently the team members working on the phone couldn't actually think of a practical reason for the 3D depth of all that sort of thing. It was because Jeff wanted it. Come on, mate. Like, you gave us a hint of life. Like, oh, I felt a buzz. I felt a buzz. It only took like 40 minutes, but it's finally turned on. Oh, skip. Go, you chunky idiot. Crank that 720p screen. I am not registering. No way. No thank you. A tutorial? Ooh.
Try moving your phone around to see it in action.
Oh, that is pretty neat.
Fire phone has 3 primary screens.
3?
A center screen, a left panel, and a right panel.
What about Google
The
Maps?
center screen puts your activities and content in focus. You can also move from center screen to the left and right panels with a quick one-handed shortcut.
Let's see what happens. Oh! I can see how that could be done accidentally. Yeah, it's neat. You can see the App Store thing is kind of like bobbling and moving about. But, you know, it's kind of smooth. Come on. Oh, I'm not doing it. Oh, you can't do anything unless you register the idiot. And I don't want to do that. Silk browser. That sounds fancy. Yeah, go on. Bing. Bing it up. Why Bing? Well, she still gets on the internet. That's pretty neat. I mean, yeah, you can see it's really trying to push as much as it... No, go... I'm trying to play with the screen. It keeps unlocking things. Where's settings? All this fancy business. And where's settings? Yeah, here we go. Yeah, reservations. Give me the fancy table. Yes! Look at them apples. Fountain pen. Food fight? That's a terrible movie. Does anything happen when I engage with it, or is it just freeze frame? Virus looks pretty good. Oh, I was a bit buggy and slow. It looks neat. It's a total party trick, and obviously it's kind of like, you know, you show people and go, wow, look at this. And they say, cool, what else can you do with it? You go, well, we're doing it. I mean, that's what all the crazy cameras are for, is just to, you know, to track that. Oh, no, there's games. Don't make me, damn it. 35,000 people, huh? And that's it. The fact that you got to register to use any sort of maps is so infuriating.
Mate, I've really gone out of me ways, right, to get the whole experience for you. I sat down and I had to create an Amazon account because I'm still upset with them about the whole Twitch thing. Mate, I've got to go on. Because, mate, sus this. No, go away. I can do it. I can surf it, mate. And nearly nothing works. No, who cares? Oh, this is BS because I've actually gone into the settings and played around with it, because I managed to get 2 stinking games working. Hill climb racing, which is good.
Ah, this plays fine, mate.
Well, you know what, mate, I take it back. Maybe it's the greatest phone ever made. I mean, this is all I've ever wanted. And the only other game I could get work was coloring. Animals. Can I paint a Frank? That's the closest to Frank I'm gonna get. Green. Oh, boo. Oh, what a disgrace. Oh, man, I need to spend 12 bucks to have blue. And yeah, the whole OS is trying to do like the 3D, everything's alive kind of thing. And the amount of time I spent getting those 2 apps to work wasn't worth it.
Yeah, it's just kind of like this small, ugly little phone with a really fun home screen gimmick that no one bought. Oh, look, even the text moves. It's all like 3D looking. I'm gonna smell these earbuds real quick. Oh, they're okay. Yeah, there's some bass, there's some top end. I wouldn't be too mad if I wore those. Well, what a relic. Can you believe no one bought this? Can you believe I found one that was sealed brand new and it almost didn't stink and turn on? That was very, very scary. It's really fun to see these gimmicks, you know, years later when they've kind of worn off. And just, we're so spoilt with today's screens, just with 120 hertz, that like, this doesn't fall anywhere near as good as it could. You know, with new screens, this would be even better. But man, like the amount of expense of putting all these cameras in here. Look at this, look, I'm moving around and it's tracking my face. Isn't that scary? That is weird. Well, I mean, at least it's got a headphone jack, so it is technically superior to new iPhones. Only one last thing to do. Can it live? No, wait. Excellent. This thing's almost tolerable. And well, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Huge thanks to my patrons, especially these stinking names are here because my $1 a month I do extra DankPods videos, the IREX videos on Garbage Time, my car thing, and the drum thing, which is my drum thing. And I'm on float planes streaming 6 times a week. It's annoying how this screen's tracking my face and move around. But mate, $1 extra. So sure, this is like early smartphone days by today's standards. Well, the first touchscreen thing that I ever saw in my household was this. My mum had one of these in 2008 and I hated it so much. So thanks so much, and mate, I'll see you all next time.
Hey Frank, you should give us a scary yawn. One scary yawn, please. Wait, what? Yeah? Yes? Scary? No? Come on, Frankie. You're being adorable. I want a scary yawn. Give us the scary yawn. Stop being adorable and licking the wood. I don't think we're gonna get one. Yay! Scary yawn!
Hey, it's the after show. Thank you so much for supporting me, guys. I really do appreciate you. You know, you help me stick around and do the dumb thing that I like to do. Well, mate, today we're talking about smartphones. The main episode was the ill-fated Fire Phone by Amazon. Yeah, no one remembers the Fire Phone. Its own custom OS and everything, kind of set up just to sell your Amazon stuff. And like 35,000 people jumped in. Apple sold 10 million iPhone 6s at the time in 2 days, if you win a vibe on how many people said no to this thing. Well, speaking of old smartphones, look at this nugget, the Samsung F480. I'm very in touch with this phone because my mum had one. This was the first touchscreen we ever had in a house, and it was this, you know, low-end Samsung phone. Imagine customizing your touchscreen. Whoa, that's how vogue touchscreens were at this point. It's a really ugly box. Samsung, you know, I think it's pre-Galaxy. They really didn't have much figured out yet. Yeah, ooh, yuck. I mean, we'll get to the nugget in a bit. Oh, accessories. It's so used. Oh, it's Aussie. That's good. No dreams or wishes to use Samsung PC Studio for Windows Vista. No thanks. I was gonna just be happy if it even turns on. Well, here it is. Tiny little dingus thing that it is. 5 megapixels. I remember that was heaps. And that the camera still wasn't good. Oh, is that just permanently stained in the corner? I think it is. That's nice. Yeah, I remember this touchscreen being terrible. The only way we could know is if we plug it in. Ugh. Ooh. Wait. There we are. Oh, yes. Excellent. No, I'd rather these turn on, mate. Wow. There it goes. Fun Club. I want to join the Fun Club. Sounds like a Happy Meal thing. Thanks. Okay, it quite clearly has someone's stuff on it. As soon as it boots up, it just shows someone's kids. Look at this OS chug. And if you think that's just because it's old, this is how it always was. Ooh, God, I can't just flick my way down. Samsung. Hey, why? That's so crap. What year is this thing? This was announced in 2008, and they didn't copy the iPhone's like flick and go style of like screen navigation. That is disgusting. Oh no, do I dare look? I'm gonna have to blur a lot of stuff. Well, I don't have to blur any faces for this, because you wouldn't be able to make out a face if you wanted to. That's a giant bouncy castle guy. That video quality absolutely stinks. It really is bootleg nugget territory. What happened to the other like 4 megapixel Samsung? That's a quality video. This is full of some couple's kids. And, you know, that's not cool of me to show any of it. Ooh, wallpapers. That's okay to look at. That's nice. Can I just swipe for the next one? I can! This thing is so futuristic. Wow. Man, imagine these as a wallpaper. They'd be so good. There's Bob the Builder on here. Yeah! Okay, guys, please, I beg you, wipe your phones before you sell it, right? Luckily, none of this is going to go anywhere. I'm not going to go fishing or anything, but it's just like, please wipe your devices before you send them. It's just like full of someone's conversations. Does it have Wi-Fi? I doubt it. No way. Network selection. No, SIM card only. Well, it's not getting one of them. Take Wi-Fi for granted nowadays. What? Are there any games? Please? Last played. What was last played? Unknown.
Hello. Is your phone in your pocket? I'm on vibrate. See? I'm vibrating because you got a text.
You know what it actually sounds like? It sounds like something bought off the TV, like for 29 cents, get the funny ringtone. Except it's $2.50 to send a text, and you gotta send like 3 texts to get it. That's what that sounds like. Oh, jeez. Bug's song? It's better be Bug's Life. Hey! No, don't keep playing. Shut up. This thing handles like rubbish.
So mate, this one time I dug out someone's phone, hey, and I'm like, oh, sick, it's a phone. Oh, this doesn't zoom. Or does it? Or does it? Or does it? Oh my gosh, it does, mate. So I find this dude's phone, hey, and it's like, man, this thing's a nugget. Boy, do I hate using it. And then it's full of all the kids' photos and personal contacts and actual kind of data risk stuff. And now I'm not even being funny. It's just kind of please wipe your devices and don't take your online security for granted. I'm gonna go to jail.
Boy, that camera really does suck. Well, that's the wild thing about this, guys. That even back in the day, as a kid, I didn't like this. Anytime I had to use it, to help mum out with something, I was just like, oh gosh, this UI is so slow, so clunky. I know this was a cheaper guy in the grand scheme of things, but yeah, this was rough. I like that it's got widgets and things. You know, that's kind of neat. But it's not nice. It really isn't nice. And yeah, the day mum got rid of this and actually got a Windows phone next, it was much better. But then things were even better when, she finally got an iPhone. Will the battery last? Wow! Holy stink, the Fire phone turned on. Thanks, after show, a crappy nugget. Goodbye. Let me get my rubbish handling gloves. Hot Wheels, yeah, I stinking love cars. That's why I've got a car channel as well. As a kid, I didn't really have any Hot Wheels. I actually had Modurettes, which is literally, they're just cars. Just regular cars. I love them. Well, Hot Wheels is just one of those humongous stinky brands, part of a big conglomerate thing, mate. Before the smartphone, mate, it was the nugget age, when nothing was connected to the internet. It only did what you told it to do that you could put on it yourself. By 2007, 2008, mate, these cost nothing to make. There was nothing high-tech about it at all. And then every major brand just started smashing them out. So, of course, Hot Wheels. It's just a rectangle. It's just like a reclaimed digital photo frame or something. If I covered up Hot Wheels, you'd have no idea it had anything to do with Hot Wheels. You can watch videos, play music, and display photos. I remember when portable video was actually a massive thing, so depending on how old this is, actually depends on how crap it is. My guess is 2007, right in that crappy boom time. 2012? No! No, that's way too recent. When I bought this, it wasn't even 10 years old. No! 4 gigs memory, that's pretty standard by 2012. AMV video files, ugh, yuck. Better have a disc in there for once, because that's the only way to get videos at work. Ew, built-in speaker, yuck. Not looking forward to this. Oh, it's tiny! Oh, that's cheeky! Look how huge it looks! And also, look at this crisp photo on this screen. This would rival an iPhone of the time. No, wait, that's what fooled me, was how crisp the screen was and how big the Oh, it's tiny! Oh, mini USB in 2012? We'll get to the nugget in a bit. Oh, good, because I just needed more mini USB cables. Oh, goody, stink phones. Can't wait. Sweet disc. Yeah, excellent. Gotta love that it's a mini disc, meaning it only works in particular CD drives. Better read the manual. This is my pocket guide. Plug your ears and enjoy. Wait, in other words, block my ears so I can't hear the noises the internal speaker would make? Yep, I got the whole set, nothing missing. We need a computer with Vista? Oh, I'm glad it says Vista. Whoa, we need 64 megs of RAM, 30 megabytes of hard disk space, mate. You're out of control. It should be trivial, right? It's made for kids. Here's the dingus idiot. It is an original design, at least. I have a lot of MP3 players. I'm sure someone would find that, you know, it's a rip-off of something else, surely. But in my travels, I haven't seen one that looks like this. Maybe there's a good reason for that, because the controls make no sense. Like, why is left and right like this? I have to cover the screen to do it. But these sides aren't a button, but these sides are. Why can't that one be left, and then over here be right? Why can't it be like this? Why have you... Hot Wheels on. No way! What? The immortal Nugget! That's terrifying. Why, it's just been holding on to electricity all this time. All right, hang on. So my EPC is dead, and I don't care because I hate this thing. I always have. Me and Matt have been doing this channel for a few years now. It's about time we got a new Nugget laptop. It's a full-size one, mate. She's a Toshiba. Ugh, a satellite something. But that's not the most important bit. Oh, it runs Windows Vista Basic. My least favorite of all the Windows, other than 8. Every time I rag on Vista, people go, nah, it's just misunderstood, man. It wasn't that bad. It's like, yes, it was. It was bloated nonsense. Everything ran slow on it. Every time we got rid of Vista and went back to XP, it was like taking off a heavy backpack. It was like, finally, it stunk. That's why it went away. We're gonna do this Nano selling on Gumtree style. We're just gonna stare straight down the screen. All right, let me remember the horrors. Remember when that's how long it took to boot up a computer? Hang on, let's kill the lights.
Die, lights, die.
Whoa, AMD Turian, what a beast. 2 gigs, whoa, out of control. 1.0 Windows Experience Index, not great. I got this laptop for cheap. Alright mate, we gotta smash the disk, eh? Yeah! AMV converter, like, you couldn't actually make it like Hot Wheels something. That driver's upset. It sounds really bad. Oh gosh, I gotta hurry up. Oh, what do I need? What's a municipio? What is this? Oh, setup. Oh, this is how viruses are installed. Yeah, install this rubbish. Media Player Utilities. It's not Hot Wheels Special Player something. The biggest companies make the worst crap, guys. It's the same generic bootleg software rubbish that gets shipped with anything. Oh, I'm glad there's a toucan here. There it is. Media Player Utilities 4.36. Oh, so lovingly named. Yeah, right. Whoa! No! No way! Why? You're plugged in, you piece of junk! Vista! It's pulling 38 watts from the wall. You kidding me? No, that's it. I opened the CD drive at the last second to get that back. It's with a heavy heart that we lay to rest the Windows Vista Toshiba laptop. Oh, the memories are coming flooding back. That drive's upset. You piece of junk. I got this laptop for cheap. It just balked it. What can I say? I got a new laptop to replace the old one, and that was its debut. That's the end of it. Well, let's just plug it into my old Mac and see what happens. I mean, this idiot already turned on, so I already know it's working. It's not a big deal. Yeah, hello. Ooh, that's a bad-looking screen. You could barely make that out. That's amazing. Better be a fun name. You Untitled 1. Oh, Hot Wheels, you've just gone above and beyond for it. Guys, the plot gets plottier. I've added this. Yeah, I added this on there. Look, 2020. It was when this channel was just really starting to kick off. Like, oh gosh, I really have made hundreds of videos. I must have plugged this in not long after I got it. There you go. When I tried to put Dwayne in here, it was only 8 years old. Well, I can't use the stupid garbage Hot Wheels disc, so I just gotta hope I've got a video on here that will play on this. Got your Scarlet Fire on there though. Oh, and I need my favorite JPEGs ever in the world. Don't tell me this is left and right. I am so mad. Why? Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you make it over here where you haven't put a button? Oh, this is so dumb. Like, M? Yeah? Ah, my brand new Nug. This thing is kinda crap, you know. Dwayne works! No! Why? I saw the Dwayne! I was trying to turn it up. Dwayne works. Dwayne works. Oh, this thing's such a piece of crap. How can you start playing and go, nah, mate, wait a minute, I don't know what I'm doing. All right, music, you clever idiot. Whoa, it's skipping. You hear that? Are you joking? What? Nope, okay. You have to be unbelievably low tech to make an MP3 skip. It's skipping like a CD player on the back of the car. Mum's Nissan Nomad. Wait, what? Like, it barely starts a video and goes, nah, I'm not playing this. And then it skips MP3s. This is actually becoming one of the worst nuggets I've dealt with. I'm sorry, are you boot looping now or are you just low on power? Surely you could show a stinking photo. Format error for a JPEG! No! No! It's balked beyond belief! I'm gonna try and put a recording on here.
Thought this one time, mate, I was like super inspired by like my MP3 player. It's a Hot Wheels one. It's fully sick. Like even if you put the correct format stuff on it, it just won't do it. Not even a JPEG. I couldn't believe it. So like, mate, I'm gonna design a car based around this philosophy. Hey, it's got to be like only takes 91 fuel, but like it needs diesel. Then you're gonna go to the dealer, mate, be like, oh, I'll put petrol and now it doesn't work, and we're going, oh, well, we have no idea because yeah, it runs on diesel the whole time, and like all the car's controls are gonna be so like you have to cross your arms like to use them at any point, mate. It's gonna be fully sick, mate. I don't know why like I couldn't get it to market if they could get this rubbish in the market, mate. Eh?
Wow, it actually gave me a recording. It's just amazing. Oh, I want to one grid it so bad. But it is the most disobedient pile of rubbish I've ever handled. It can't even do a JPEG. It can't, and then like the fact that it showed like the first bit of a video before balking, unbelievable. It is just absolute disobedience. I'm going to lovingly put it back in its stinky box after I smell these headphones. Tinny and nothing but mids. Kiss 'em goodbye. They didn't blow, but they were pretty noisy. Yeah, look, it can keep its stinking mini USB cable. I'm good for them. Back in your tomb from whence you came. Back in it. In the end, it is an original design. It's just not a good one. And that's why I like it. And well, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Huge thanks to my patrons, especially these stinking names right here, because, mate, $1 a month, I do extra videos, as well as Garbage Time, my other channel, which is Cars, and then my drum thing, which is my drum thing, and I play drums on float plane 6 times a week. But, mate, yeah, the after show. Well, this video didn't work out how I thought. I really thought I was introducing a new character called the Toshiba laptop, you know, to replace the dead EPC. And so, you know, I guess we're looking at ghosts, because the after show is me using it for the first time with Frank's assistance. So you can see the Toshiba with gleams of hope in its eyes before we realize it just balked itself into oblivion, plugging in the Hot Wheels thing. So thanks so much, and mate, I'll see you all next time.
So next time you go to plonk yourself down on your comfy couch, you keep an eye out for couch snakes. It's a bigger problem than it seems, as you have to legally give them the couch. It's theirs now. I don't know how they got government support. Frank's owned this for 3 weeks now, and gosh, I'd love to sit in it. Can I have a sit, Frank? Oh, I really miss this couch.
Hey, it's the after show.
Thank you so much for supporting me. Gosh, thank you so much. Could you guys give me the freedom to just do whatever I want every single week? It's just the best. Thank you so much. And mate, what I want to do is to get this stinking Windows Vista Toshiba absolutely... Wait, Frank, stop it. Frank's here, by the way. You're a bad co-host. Get your bum out of the way. See, if you hear hissing and whistling noises, that's Frank's contribution. She's always had a whistly nose. Look, it's a Toshiba satellite
something, something, something. I don't really care. Basically, at the death of the EPC, you know, which could be fixed, but it's like, mate, we gotta get into Stinkin' Vista, which is an OS I absolutely despise. It was just too bloated, man. It ran too slow. Doesn't matter how cool it looked and how many features it added, it ran too slow. And we didn't have really high-end PCs, and it chugged. I remember the routine was finding XP drivers and just going back, and it was always like, an absolute relief. Well, I want the I want the Vista experience. Gosh, see how long this takes. Oh gosh, I get shudders from that. Oh, I can't wait to explore what beauties Vista holds. Vista looked really nice. I remember as a kid being like, oh man, it's all like modern and stuff and looking. Oh great, Frank's coming to ruin everything. Well, we're doing this in the style of, you know, how we did it back in the day as kids, which is that, you know, we couldn't afford any software, so let's just see what's already on here, yay. Why is it just showing me pictures here in the corner? Like, what am I gonna do with, like, this turtles thing? What happens if I click it? Nothing. Now it's Wales. Where's my turts? There it is. It does nothing. Well, like, the time's in the corner. I know, Frank, it's very surprising. Well, now I can't talk about the time, Frank, because you're... Get out of the way. Frank... Oh, you make me so mad. You make me so mad, Frank. You're ruining everything. You're spoiled. Oh, look at that. Vista basic badge and the thumbprint sensor. So, mate, let's get down to the start bar. Yeah, Frank, it's down here. Yeah, come on, Frank. Lick the start thing. Here she comes. That's it, Frank. You're gonna do it. No, it's down here. Frank, the start button's down here. Oh, I forgot. Frank's an idiot. Yeah, Frank, lick the start button. Lick the start button, Frank. Here she comes. Yeah, Frank, lick the start button. No, it's down. Frank, lick it. Lick the start button. God, you make me so mad. I swear you're listening to me. I swear you understand all this, Frank. You're choking me right now. Let's just go straight to games, because that's all I did. Minesweeper. Give me the hardest you got. Oh, I'm glad this picture of, what is that, coral? I wouldn't be able to do this without it. Oh, that's a bomb, isn't it? I never learned how to play it properly. Ow, Frank. Ow. Ow, Frank, stop it. Ink ball. Like, is the game just being a pen? I am just a pen. Oh, this actually seems interesting, but Frank is literally choking me right now. Oh, Frank. You stupid chunkiness. I can't use the mouse. She's twisting the laptop out of my hands. Frank, you're the worst co-host ever. Blue ball, get in there. Hang on. No. Yes, I did it. This is actually a fun game. I actually like that. She's escaping up the couch. Look at this. She's escaping up the couch. We're gonna catch you, Frank. You're getting away this time. The laptop is being overturned. We're losing control of the laptop. I'm actually worried for the laptop. I've got the laptop back. It's just on top of the snake. Oh no, Frank's in the plants now. Oh, she's impossible to get. She can actually knock them over. I need to stop her now. You're the worst turtle ever. No, stop it. That's it. Look, you can go in the couch, just not... No, Frank, the screen, the phone. Frank has literally wrapped the tripod. She's running the show now. Can I just play Purple Place in peace? What's this? I'm a beginner. That's Comic Sans. This is just match 'em up. What? That doesn't make sense. Look at this idiot place. Looks like a factory. It is. How to play. Here you can... Oh, come on. Fill orders. We're way behind. Look at all the cakes appearing. Oh, Frank, I hate you. Well, this idiot wants this cake. Well, it can be square. Because it's hip to be square. Like, just have it... Like, I don't make the rules, man. I just make the rules. Smiley. Oh. Oh, can I have one? Just send it. Oh, mercifully, last one. Find a new look? I don't even know what you are. Oh, you just click. Ew, what's that noise? I hate this place. I mean, chess and card games, you know, I was just never into computer card games, you know. But stinking Ink Ball, mate, that was actually pretty good. Oh, look, it's got 3D Mark 2000. Wait, no, 3D Mark 2001? Oh, get this out-of-date rubbish out of here. Benchmark. Let's go. I wonder what the thermals are going to be like when these big stinking idiots are wrapped in, probably around the cooling bit. Ooh, that is dark and not good looking. Hope you're happy with yourself, Frank. You really did it this time. You really spoiled things. You really messed things up. Is that good? I don't know. It took ages. Oh, his laptop is so warm. You like your new heater, don't you, Frank? I said, don't you, Frank? Oh no, she's doing things. Just show me media player. That's all I want. Come on, mate. I guess you're right, Frank. You do stink. Ah, this takes me back, man. The visualizer. That's so fun. This is probably copyright. I mean, I don't have a lot of nostalgia for Vista because I used it for such a little amount of time before just absolutely ditching it because it was just plain. Just how poorly it was all running. Yeah, and then 7 came along and saved the day. And then Windows 8 ruined it. And then I went Mac. Oh, 150 gigs free? Wow. 2 gigahertz AMD, mate. 2 gigs of RAM, that's amazing. It's got a 1 rating. Why? Why is this only a 1? So it sucks at 3D business and gaming graphics. Well, the benchmark proved that. Desktop performance for Windows Aero. But everything sucked for Windows Aero. That's not fair. Vista went away for a reason, guys. It wasn't like, oh, it was misunderstood. It's like, no, it wasn't good. Well, that's it. I try and shut the laptop, but it's full of chunk. Can I try? No, I can't. It's Frank's laptop now. So yeah, thanks, and thanks for nothing, Frank. You're a bad dog.
These ain't real, mate. No. These aren't AirPod Maxes, mate. These are P9s. They're in all the zany colours. There they are, looking like a toaster. And before we look at these, mate, we gotta look at the genuine article. Well, 3rd time's the charm. Yeah, my first pair balked it out because the active noise cancelling was freaking out, like it would just make sub-frequencies that genuinely hurt my ears. And then the second ones, the hinge would click, just very frustrating when the whole idea of these is that, you know, they get rid of all the noises and you can walk around in silence and do whatever you want. And it was a real bummer because I really did like my pair. I know audiophiles bemoan them, but you know, they are all-rounder headphones. They're trying to do everything. Audiophile headphones sound better, but usually you can only use them at home. There it is in its big nappy-looking thing. So this is what the unboxing experience is like, mate. You know, you bust her out of the nappy, take the cardboard doots off. It comes with next to nothing. Ooh, an outdated USB standard. Excellent, Apple. Still love that you're using it. And here's you guys, looking like someone has cut a toaster in half and then put like a headband on it. They remove with the mag and everything's all slidey and nicey, unless, you know, the ANC balks or the hinges click. Other than that, really deep ear cups. I really like how your ears just kind of live inside of these. Physical buttons, nice one, Apple. It's actually good. Crappy, stinky garbage port. And I do like the earpads because they don't get really sweaty and gross for the most part. I mean, you can make them sweaty and gross with like really high activity, but for the most part, walking around and whatnot, they're fine. It is true, they are pretty heavy, but a lot of the weight's in the headband. I actually like the headband. I mean, I've already reviewed these guys. Okay, let's suss out these P9s. I think these go for about 20 bucks. There's some people talking how they've got them for $7 or something, like really cheap. It adopts 50mm hi-fi debatable dynamic coil speaker with high dynamic debatable sensitivity, high fidelity debatable, and other characteristics. And other characteristics. You could say the same for a big pile of poo. I mean, it has a pungent smell and other characteristics. Enjoy the professional, debatable, grade music sense of bass. Thick and boring. That's a typo. Thick and boring. Oh, that sounds like Frank. Do not put them straight in the bin. You will be tempted. I like how they haven't even ticked which one I've got. Like, they just didn't care. Alright, so the unboxing experience is just a little bit different. Ah, lovely. I like how my pair's scratched already. Must have been brutal. Just get smashed in the post or something. These weigh nothing. Nothing at all. And look at this. There's no mesh thing. It's just hard, gross plastic. Oh, it's so stiff. Yeah, baby. That's the stuff. Oh, wow. Look at this pivot they can do. Mate, can your AirPods do this? There! God, I can't figure out how they took about $800 out of the price. Wow, that is rough. Looks like that's been cut with scissors. I should not have taken this off. This was a huge mistake. Huge mistake. What have I done? Oh no, these were not meant to be user serviceable. Oh, I've done it. I've balked it, man. For how easily that just kind of fell off, I thought that this would just be whoop, 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 easy. No, no way. This raggy edge doesn't want to get in there. I need to use tools now. I can't find out how they made this so cheap. I have no idea. I can't do it. I done it. No, stay on. Starting to think that these are terrible. Oh, that just pops right out, does it? Oh. Hey, it's easier now. I just broke them. That's it. It doesn't matter. Just move on with the review. That's it. Everything feels great. Everything feels really, really good. That isn't just like chromed plastic at all. This headband, so comfortable. You know how like kind of dips down a little bit and just digs into your head because it's, you know, pretending to be a completely different design. I like how they ran the cabling. Like, look how actual deep these ear cups are. And you look at these pancakes. Hey. But there are some things this guy does better than the Maxes. I mean, it doesn't have lightning for one, go them. Look, man, aux in. Straight up, you could just use a cable and just use them like regular headphones. Yes, that is a micro SD slot, and yes, it works. You can just slot in MP3s and listen straight out of the idiot. Hey, Maxes can't do that. But these are way smaller, like your ears sit on these idiots. They don't go in there. And the first time I dragged these over my greasy head, the popping and cracking sounds it was making, I thought they were gonna break in half. Well, let's talk sound. I'm very glad I've already recorded these before the fact, you know, because these are now completely broken. Yeah. All right, mate, let's do the real ones first. Got to put them up against the Herdo 600s, mate, boy, mate. You know. They be headphones, huh? These. Yeah, they're really bassy, but in like the disgustingly cheap bassy. They sound like $7 headphones. I'm just looking at the box again. Look how crap and sly this is. Look how reasonable this looks. Oh, look at the panel gap here of like just how gross these plastics are. I mean, you know, you wouldn't expect people who do rip-offs like this to have any integrity. Oh, hang on, there's paper in here. Oh! I don't care. It's funny how imbalanced they are, because it seems like the left ear cup is a bit louder than the right one.
So like this one time, mate, like I decided to start cooking because like I was pretty tired of just licking the floor for sustenance. Like, I was getting a bit stale, mate. And like, mate, I'm pretty cooked, hey, so like I kind of set out to find the most cooked thing that I could ever create, mate.
So after much intensive research, mate, which I think was just blacking out after self-medicating on Tic Tacs, mate, I had an epiphany on what the most cooked thing in the world is. It turns out it's called toast, mate. Because like someone's decided to like cook bread, you know, you turn wheat and other stuff, I don't know, like shoelaces, and you turn it into this thing after you cook it, and then someone's decided to slice it up and then like to cook it again. And like, I'd love to attempt this like amazing piece of cuisine, but like I'm ill prepared and I've like no equipment at all, mate. Like all I've got is a bic lighter and a shoe, and like no bread. I don't have anything.
Well done. Oh, you did it. That's excellent. Right on, mate. This could be one of the worst microphones I've ever heard. That sounds like... sounds like the adults from the cartoon Peanuts. Imagine making phone calls with these ridiculous idiots. And like the mic in these isn't even that good. That's just Bluetooth for you. I hate how these clack together. So I'm still reeling by the fact that, you know what, you see how crap these earpads fit, right? They just do circles, yeah. And how easily, watch, they just go... And that you can't get them back on, and they're made out of garbage, so you can just easily pick at them. Look at that, just pops out like a Lego piece. Ooh, it's the spicy pillow, literally just double-sided taped in there. Okay, look, this one's still stitched together. I mean, yes, it'd be easy to fix them, but like, really? Kids are more likely going to be getting these. Like, this is like the crap you get at the petrol station on your way to Nana's or something. Something as simple as that. That's the first thing Dad's going to do when he's trying to get this piece of crap on as your kid's crying at you, lot, is it's going to go pop and then rip straight out. Like... Oh, I'm so mad. And yeah, these are absolute land waste. Nothing redeeming in them at all. I do like you can see the little Bluetooth antenna. That's cute. Ooh, Phillips head screws. Don't mind if I do. Yeah. Hollow garbage. I expected nothing and I'm still disappointed. You know, my plan was actually just to do the review on these and then keep them so I'd never have to like get another set of these again. And now I really can't be bothered. I really cannot. Look at those high quality cables, guys. Oh, yeah. Like, I didn't try to rip these apart. They fell apart. Imagine some kid dropping these 2 or 3 times. They were never gonna last. Ever. They couldn't survive getting an ear cut back on. Da-da, 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 da-da. Yeah, I really do hate bootleg rubbish like this. All of this is land waste. Imagine how many millions of these they pump out just to be, like, used for about a week or 2 and then thrown away. Like, even when these were working good, they weren't good. But I did enjoy the Bluetooth voice.
Power on. The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
Was that switching between American and French or something? Bonjour! But you know, if you're trying to save money and you want decent sounding whatevers for your daily roundabouts and you're not hung up enough to be self-conscious about, oh, I don't want to be seen in anything other than top-end stuff, but I've only got 17 bucks. Like, just get some KB ears or KZ in-ears. These smash these in every single way. The mic's better, the sound's better, everything's better, and these fit in your pocket and they don't even need batteries. Well, you get what you paid for. Watch this. Oh, wow! I barely tugged that. What about this? Oh, it's more pliable than I thought. Ooh, it's like a milk container. Nice! The world is rotting with stuff like this. Just don't do it. Wonder how long I'm going to get out of these sets of ear toasters. And well, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Huge thanks to my patrons, especially these stinky names right here, mate, because $1 a month, I do extra videos, although there are extra videos on, you know, Garbage Time, which is my car thing, and the drum thing, which is my drum thing. I stream on Float Plane 6 times a week playing the drums. But, mate, if you want extra DankPods, Low Tier Landways has been around since stinking forever. And to prove it to you, mate, check out this book. It's like a magician's something book. I mean, it's not like tricks where they show you. Yeah, it's like gags and things that you'd buy. Putting in the hat. 1950. Yep. Spooky, weird 1950s gag stuff, mail order rubbish. Like, it's basically the same version of buying crap on the internet today. You bought it in the mail back then. So thanks so much, mate. I'll see you all next time.
Boy, mate, here's a scenario for you. Imagine choosing between having limbs and legs and things and not just being a sausage, or having the ability to turn into a pillow. But, you know, I chose the limbs and look at this idiot for choosing being a pillow. I'm actually really jealous. I knew I made the wrong choice.
Hey, it's the after show. Thank you so much for supporting me, guys. I keep saying it, but you let me do the things I do. And this week's episode was, you know, about Airpod Maxes. Not these genuine ones, but some landfill ones. Ones that disintegrated while just trying to get the earpad back on. Yeah, that's how bad it is. Where it's like it's been cut with scissors. And even if you get them for $7, it's not worth your money or just the cost on the planet for having these exist and rotting in a landfill, probably leaching stuff out of its cheap plastic. So I get, we're looking at cheap garbage. Well, it's been around for a long time, mate. This is from 1950. 500 tricks. Ooh, spooky. I mean, like, you gotta take a breath from the dragon vase down there, mate, and you know, all the tricks will fool you. Douglas Magic Land in Dallas, Texas, 1950. So this looks like it teaches how to do magic tricks. It's more like a catalog for just buying stupid little whatevers. Let's see what nonsense they're pushing. Knife through coat. The worst for a 1950s gentleman. Doesn't even tell you how it works. It's just like, yeah, you can stab a thing with it, but then it's fine. Actually, I'd be furious if someone stabbed my coat with a knife. Bathing Beauty. Look at this Gomez Adams looking guy, like, yes, I make a woman, yes. Card is shown with a picture of a bathing beauty at the beach, complete with bathing suit, coat, and umbrella. A wipe of the hand and the umbrella disappears. Next, the coat disappears. Then the suit. When this card is, the tide has come in. Oh, what? I mean, now I know why that dude's kind of looking like that. It's like, you want to see a trick? 5-in-1 magic tube. This little tube, which you will always carry in your pocket. I mean, do I have to sign like an agreement that I will always carry it in my pocket? You can make salt vanish. Penetrating dimes through hand. Coins travel up sleeve into pocket. I mean, that sounds convenient. I'll take 6 of them. Oh, lip match the flower. That's fun. Danny impromptu trick for the pocket, or is very useful in a cigarette act on the stage. Funny, they don't actually tell you how the trick works. They just say that, you know, it turns into a flower. And what I like is that these are just drawings. Someone's just gone like, look, it's a creepy man with a small woman. Yo, that's worth 50 cents, right? Rope, epic. Nudie mystery. Oh, I was just playing with a dice and a piece of string. Vanishing key. It's called, hey, hand me your keys, mate. Let me show you a trick. And I put them in my pocket and they go, can I have my keys back? And I go, what keys, mate? And then, you know, I have a new house. It's called jail. Mate, this is such old days, so like a beautiful addition to any cigarette act. I mean, I'm guessing there are people who only work with cigarettes. I mean, I have seen it on YouTube and whatnot, but back in the day, it seems like it was just like standard. Like, what do you do? Oh, I'm a cigarette performer. I wouldn't shake that hand. I wouldn't do it. Clap. Gone. Well, you fooled me, you crazy looking like, you like the devil in disguise, mate. This dude's got a parting in his beard. Ew, the goblin tube. A dandy impromptu effect that can be carried in your pocket, ready to perform at any time. But why? $3.50? The goblin tune costs a fortune. Magic drawer box. And it's got sausages in it. Okay, I like the floor nickel. It's literally a nail with the head on it that looks like a nickel, and you just drive it into the ground and just watch people peck at it. No apparatus cake in hat. Pudding in the hat. You actually break an egg and other ingredients right into a borrowed hat. And that's the joke. A fire is built in the hat, and at the finish, the hat is undamaged, and there is a cake in the hat. It's sliced and passed to be eaten. No, really? Everyone's messing with people's coats and hats. I mean, that really upset someone back then. Ew, the silkworm. Look at the giant mushrooms in the background. More hat tricks, coat tricks, cigarette tricks. It was the 50s, mate. Comedy ice pick. Get it? You're dying. Stamps album. You are literally just collecting stamps, mate. That is not a magic trick. Magic coin box. Most amazing trick you ever saw. Out to lunch, mate. It's just cold smoko. The Hindu beads. But then, like, who's this? It's like if Santa became a baker. The devil's handkerchief. Is that an egg? That better be an egg. The disappearance of a coin, card, egg. There it is. Egg. King Tut. Just let him rest, right? He's already been through a lot. More cigarette stuff. Magic safety pins. 2 ordinary safety pins. Like, what? Then why am I paying 25 cents for them? The egg bag! The egg bag! Where's my original? God, get here! The egg bag! I knew it's a thing! I got the name from Penn and Teller's Egypt special, and there's the egg bag. Bag only with instructions, $1. I'll take 10. Cigarettes. This looks like a cult hazing or something. What's happening? That makes my fingers hurt. I don't like that. Someone was filling it out. Someone was interested. Oh, the ultra candle tube. Because I'm sick of the standard candle tube. Vanishing birdcage. It's called hard rubbish pickup, guys. I've never seen such an aggressive stanced man next to the word silks. Whoa, that's a photo, not an illustration. Whoa, get out of town. This was back in the day where you didn't even know what the stink you were actually gonna get. You just saw a drawing in a dodgy book and went, oh, no, I'll give them my money. And you had to literally mail a coin in the mail. Like, these people just get a letter in the mail with like a 50-cent piece in it. The latest joke novelties. Squawk. What am I doing here? Snake peanut brittle. This is the atomic version of all spring jokes. Perfect imitation of a large can of peanut brittle. Contains 3 large 5-foot snakes, franks, which spring out to a distance of 30 feet. Despite the higher price, this is our best-selling spring item. This is the crap that like you'd take to school, like whoopee cushions, snap gum, imitation roaches, fly pins, the hand buzzer. Doggone it. This is a screamingly funny joke in which defies accurate description here. What? A perfect imitation of floor dirt. It's dog poo. It's fake dog poo. I'll take 6 of the large. And look, it's the latest. I mean, 1950s, man. This was the latest. Fly in a cube. Electric bow tie. Nose and glasses. Talking teeth. Like... How delightful. Well... yeah. 2-hour mail service? How? You literally need to mail a coin to someone. You can't have that in 2 hours. Well, there you go. There's some low-tier crap and nonsense that was for sale to people in the 1950s. You know, 500 tricks. I mean, not really. I actually bought this because I thought it was actually going to show how to do tricks. But no, it's a catalog. It's like, yeah, advertising actually has come a long way because... yeah, no photos, no nothing. You don't even know what you're actually getting. I didn't even know what I was getting when I got the book. I actually thought I was going to learn actual magic tricks. But no, you got to buy the nonsense here to make it happen. So like, that's it, mate. So like, you know, try and make that disappear, huh? Try and take my dollary-do away. I dare you. Musical instruments. It's a shaker. Well, a lot of the time we're looking at stuff that lets you listen to music. Well, mate, today we're playing with something that lets you make music. My study is as a jazz musician. I've got first class honors in jazz philosophy, and that's not a meme, that's my life. And a lot of my peers, I remember them hating electronic music. They thought it was just kind of cheap and easy. Yeah, I mean, I loved electronic music, and my first YouTube channel was actually remixing The Simpsons. So I've grown a real appreciation for just how hard it is to come up with cool sounds. And electronic music didn't just happen, like it's evolved over time. Which brings us onto the company we're actually talking about, which is Yamaha, who are freaks. But you probably know them for like their high-performance racing bikes. Well, I know them for basically inventing the modern drum kit. Tech enthusiasts in the 90s would know them for their MIDI modules. Classical pianists know them for their amazing grand pianos. And they had a big part to play in synthesizer development. Let me just plunk this down. This looks like a toy? It is not a toy. So like, the synthesizer goes back to like RCA and Moog. But in 1976, Yamaha came out with the CS80. And it was top of the line at the time. And you've probably heard it because it was like the sole instrument for like the 1980s Doctor Who theme. ELO, Electric Light Orchestra, used one. There's a downside to the CS80 though. They weigh about 100 kilograms. Yeah, and have a look inside. That's called a nightmare. And they were so unbelievably fragile. If you set it on its side so you could transport it, it won't be in tune anymore. If the weather's too hot, it won't be in tune anymore. Too cold, won't be in tune anymore. It'll just throw it out of whack. It's an analog synthesizer. Oh, and they cost about $10,000 if you can find one, because there's only meant to be less than 800 ever made. But it's cool, because that's what this guy's about, mate. The Yamaha CS Reface. Instead of a 100-kilogram wilting bird that basically breaks if you move it, mate, they've compacted it down into a nugget that runs on 6... Oh! So as I said, this isn't a toy keyboard. This is a synthesizer. Like, you know, there's no buttons. No, there's no one to hold your hand for this. This thing is incredibly difficult to use. All right, mate, I think she's working. Sorry if the volumes are a bit whack, mate. I'm just doing me best. I'm sure you're having a look across all his controls here and just going... And I feel ya. I suck at keyboards and doing this sort of stuff. I have some experience, but it doesn't matter because you can hear what it's doing. My favorite place to start is at type. So this is the kind of wave pattern. So I believe this is sawtooth. Square wave, and then... Big deal, you all say collectively as you're hitting unsubscribe. But that's like just the beginning. But let's play with this mod thing. Gosh, I suck at keyboards. Oh no, now we're adding resonance. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, it's getting worse! You can make some horrible noise with this thing. I'm just gonna keep it on old mate square wave here. It sounds like a really old computer or an NES. Low frequency oscillation. So if I set it to pitch and depth, meaning it's gonna sweep like a bigger area. So I set it up. It's the future. But then you speed up how quickly it does it and you get this. You can play a chord like that. Let me just explain a couple of things, because I know a lot of you aren't musicians. There's only 12 notes in music, guys. Look, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and it's back to C. And these 12 notes repeat over and over and over again. You notice a lot of music all kind of sounds the same? There's only 12 notes. Look, it's the note C. You can see it next to the two black notes down here. Look, here's C again. Here's C again. They're called octaves. It's the same note, but double the frequency. And that's what this is, octave. So even though the keyboard's only this big, you can make it like lower. Yeah, that's where I like to be. Bassland. Or you can have a headache. This is a looper. Looping's really hard. It is really difficult to get a nice clean loop. You know, it's where it's like playing the same thing underneath for you and you play it in. I don't need to touch that. Portamento, that sounds like something from Olive Garden. This was actually a really amazing thing about the original CS80 is that you could play more than one note at a time. I know that sounds like a pathetic standard, but yeah, like a lot of like synthesizers are only one note at a time. So if I set it to mono, it only plays one note at a time. Even though I hold the other ones, they do nothing. But poly... But check this out. If you jump out of that, you can set it so it kind of scoops to the next note. So it's still only monophonic instead of... You can have... So now you can make it sound really... Don't you want that in your life? This is the pitch bend, yeah? Like, the synthesizer really is its own instrument. Like, you could hand this to a classical pianist and they'll be able to play something for you, but they're not going to get a good sound out of it. Like, all the proper synth players that I've ever played with, a lot of the time, they've got one hand curled over the pitch bend and they're just wailing the pitch bend like a guitar is bending all the notes. You're probably thinking, sure, there's a more ergonomic way to get that feature if there are people who just like to pitch bend and play single notes on a synthesizer, and it's called a keytar. Now they're even cooler, right? They're a synthesizer with a whammy. Now I believe these are abbreviations. That's attack, so like how sharp it sounds at the top. So you'd have like gentle swells. So if you thought playing with the LFO was fun, now we're up to effects. Delays like echo. It's like Hear that little repeat in the background? That's the delay, baby. We're gonna make it louder. Oh, now it's shuffling. No, now it's too much. No, now I hate it. I've ruined it. Shut up. That's the unforgiving thing about this, is that they're very, very slight adjustments. So if you bump it, it's gone. That cool sound that you had, gone. It was like digital ones, like you can have them set perfectly and then you can save it and lock it in. Whereas this is old school style, man. Like the cat jumps onto this and climbs all over it, you've lost it. Phaser. Oh, now we're getting Doctor Who sounding. It's not a toy, what a monster. It sounds like a Lego engine that can run. That's literally the lowest note it can play. That's the lowest note with the pitch bend. Oh man, by today's standards, this is a really simple synth, and it's still just, like, even if you don't know what you're doing, it's just fun to make sounds.
Now, I know a whole bunch of you are going, oh man, you suck.
Like, how are we ever going to hear this properly, mate? Well, luckily, Yamaha have on their site a bunch of SoundCloud tracks showing what you could do with these. Like, you record a track, then change the sound and record again, you overdub and layer it up, mate. And so I hope they don't mind if I play, like, 30 seconds of this. Come on, YouTube, be cool, mate.
Now look, I know what I've done is, even if you guys aren't into making music, just playing with something that makes these kind of noises is really, really fun. And I'm sure you'd like to try one for like 15 minutes, get bored and put it away. Well, amazingly, there's a good chance you already own a synthesizer. It's called an iPhone. Stinking GarageBand, mate. It's the best free app on the planet. So it's not sounding very good, I got a janky cable. Like, all the synths you could want. And look, you can just set it to play only correct notes, minor blues. There's so many settings. This is free. And like, you can add heaps of crap into this. Like, it's a great audio recorder. Like, all my audio is recorded into an iPad, into GarageBand with the voice preset. You could create entire songs in this thing. My first Dankmas tracks were made on this on an iPad. So if you got a Mac made in the last 15 years, or an iPhone or an iPad, the iPad's the best one, if you ask me. You've already got a synthesizer you can play with. Well, I'm sorry if I bored the pants out of you. This is a side of my life that I wanted to share, and it's just, hopefully there's an appreciation for whenever you hear some electronic music, doesn't matter what decade, and you hear this sound that's like, oh, that sounds awesome. Just know, it wasn't easy, there are no freebies, maybe you accidentally bump things into the right thing and it sounds amazing, but that's very, very rare. Yeah, electronic music is an absolute craft, and I love that they've been able to miniaturize this kind of thing. Man, this is just so much fun to play with. They've been making these since 2015. You might be able to find one of these used. And I'm sorry for boring you. Well, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Huge thanks to my patrons, especially these stinky names right here, because, mate, $1 a month, I do extra videos. There are extra videos on Garbage Time, which is my car thing, and my drum thing, which is my drum thing, which I swear I'm making videos for. But, like, you want extra DankPods? Well, it seems this week's theme is Yamaha musical goodness, and, yeah, I want to talk about this. This is the AG06. Basically, DankPods has been running out of one of these this whole time. Like, I have 2 of these for good reason. I'm going to tell you about it. So, thanks so much, and mate, I'll see you all next time.
Frank, can't you see that you're ruining everything? You're ruining everything. Look at the couch, Frank. Stop licking it. Frank, just listen to me.
Hey, it's the after show. Thank you so much for supporting me, guys. Give me some confidence in this world. We're talking about Yamaha, Gugas, and Watsits. I've viciously bored you all with my talk about this Yamaha CS Reface synthesizer, how there's no rules and you can do whatever you want and make terrible noises. We'll continue the theme of white-clad plastic Yamaha boxes. Yeah, this is a Yamaha AG06 mixing console, and this thing swept to the rescue for me years ago, and now I just kind of swear by these. So if you want to get into recording audio, either like a microphone or anything, you're gonna need something like this that turns these XLR inputs, which is like microphone cables and whatnot, into USB so that you can record it on your computer. Back in my Dankmas Simpson remix days, like I was live streaming coming up with them, and a problem I was having was I needed to be able to listen to my computer and the music, but also send it at the same time. It had to be in and out simultaneously, and not that many USB desks who actually do it. Look at this, there's a switch there that says loop back. That's the secret sauce. But this probably looks really confusing to people who don't really play with these at all, but it's not so bad. So you can see these lines being drawn, those are the channels. So if I just went like that, There you go. So for instance, this is the input I use for my microphone right here. I use an AT2020. See, with the XLR plug in the guy. And so for the most part, I'm just focused on this bit here. That's all. Let me explain some bits. Plus 48V, that's phantom power. So this microphone that I'm using needs phantom power. It needs extra volts, and that's what enables it. You can see it doesn't do it for all the other channels, it's just the one. On bigger, higher end ones, literally phantom power is enabled on every single channel. There's got gain, that's normal. There's got your volume, that's normal. It's got an effects button, which I never press. I'm going to reach over onto my one that I'm using. I'm going to press it and you tell me what you think. So this one time, mate, like I went spelunking, which like I thought it was just doing cartwheels or something, but it turns out it's like jumping into caves and like, you know, just kind of looking in the cave. Well, I did it by the rules, mate, where I basically done like, you know, went into a cave on my own and like didn't tell anyone I was doing it, or, you know, or even brought a phone, or, I mean, not that you can get signal down here. I mean, like, you know, and suffice to say, mate, I'm still in the cave and I've been in here for 2 weeks and I think I'm gonna die. Okay, I like the effect a lot. Why do I like this so much other than the fact it's got loop back? Well, I mean, number one, it's just nugget sized, and like price-wise, I mean, it's like 150 bucks. I know that doesn't seem that cheap, but in the world of desks and audio equipment, that's an absolute slamming bargain, especially for like a proper branded thing. For a lot of bigger desks, you need like proper kettle cord power or like a special like power adapter. Look at this, USB. That's it. Literally, this is plugged straight into an iPad running GarageBand. That's it. Like, no external power adapters. It just, like, frees up the table. You know, you can just bring it along to things and have it running out of, like, a battery backup. And then you actually start looking around. Look, it's got monitor outs. I have this going out to a set of focal-shaped 65s. Like, really, really nice audio monitors. Mate, this output's still just fine. Big, stinking headphone jack. All right, now we have a look. Look, there's the second channel. I mean, that's more for, like, guitars or, like, a second vocal or something. No phantom power though, but it is cheap. You know, here's the next channel. That's so you can just have left and right. So that's probably what I should plug in the synthesizer with, which I didn't actually. I just went straight out the headphones. You see, that's for plugging in keyboards. Nothing I love about this is just the little symbols I use for each of these. Ooh, the CD input, or you know, just any audio device. So if you're into screen capturing like vintage games and things, you can literally just have the video being sent to your telly, and you have the audio sent to here, so you can record it super crisp against your voice, because then you plug in headphones and you can hear your own voice and the game music, and you can balance it as you're doing it. This is such a good streaming desk. And there you go, look, it's got its own little volume knob. It's just so easy to stream with. If your volume's too much, you just bump it down. If you need the music up loud, you go like that. This is USB from the computer, so you can have stuff playing on the computer going through this that you get to hear, and it's output, you know, and you just adjust it like that. And then this gray area is just the main outputs. That's off to the speakers and then to the headphones. And the way I use this is that you can have the headphones and speakers plugged in all the time. Like, you can run them at the same time. So you can just quickly listen to the headphones and go, okay, and then you're back to the monitors. Then there's aux in. Then there's headset in with like an external microphone. This thing is a legend, and I swear by it. I think I've owned mine for nearly 3 years now. My first microphone that I used for DankPods was a Blue Yeti, except for the very first video, which was a GoPro. We don't talk about that video anymore. When it was time to upgrade to the Audio Technica, you know, I need another desk. I'd already been using one of these for a while, and so I just grabbed the second one, and I don't regret it the slightest. What a trooper. The gigs that you could do with this, and it's just so easy with the amount of power. It's built good. Mixing desk you can fit in your backpack. I mean, just to give you a vibe on like how compact this is. Here she comes. No, it's impossible to get the whole thing in here. Look, there's the other corner. Oh, man. Yeah, she's got a few channels, mate. Just one or two. Oh, she's got a few potentiometers. But as you can see, they're just the individual channels. It looks really daunting, but if you're only using 2 of these, the rest of this you don't have to look at. But then you can see how many adjustments you can make to every little bit of the sound. So, you know, this do be a simple guy. I mean, even this is a cheaper desk. Ooh, compression. It makes the loud stuff quieter and the quiet stuff louder. Like, imagine a gunshot and a whisper at the same volume. That's what max compression would do. Although there is a compression button here, which is cool. Like, there is some compression, but you can just add that in software, like I do. That's why I use GarageBand. Wow, what a boring week. I'm so sorry. Just talking about professional audio equipment. I do need to include this in a main video at some point to get the word out, because I'm sure there's a lot of people looking for a USB interface that's also a little mixer that can do all these sorts of things. It's the USB power bit that gets me. So, there you go. Bonjour.